I've only ever heard his name. I always thought he was, I don't know, like a weirdo. I'm going live like right now. All right. Bye. Back again, once again. We ain't going anywhere, y'all. Let's get into the show. I can't hear the music, so I don't even know if I was on beat, but we are back like we never left, back again for one more Houston Rockets game here in the preseason as the Rockets. Mostly watching this game because of the team they're going up against, the Atlanta Hawks. Y'all know I like to spy on the opponents, spy on the teams that I think are going to give the Knicks trouble throughout the regular season, right? So we're going to be out here spying on the Houston Rockets versus the Atlanta Hawks, mostly to get a little peek at the Atlanta Hawks and what they're doing so far here, especially here in the preseason, see what we're in store for the regular season. So, real quick, let's run through the Houston Rockets one more time here in the preseason. Again, preseason, all stats from last year. It's fine. It's whatever. Let's run through it. Alperen Sengun, 19, 10, 5. We know what this man is capable of, expecting a big old boom this regular season going into next year. 50% from the floor. Only 69% from the foul line is not good enough, and 23% from three-point range isn't good enough when it comes to Alperen Sengun, especially if he wants to be more of that Jokic mold of player. And a lot of people are like, hey, Alpy kind of Jokic light. It's like he's real light in this area right here. Get those three-point numbers up. He's very low volume, very low percentage. Not a good mix. You're going to shoot low volume, at least shoot a good percentage. At least make the ones you do take. He's not taking very many, and he ain't making the ones he is taking. So, there's room for improvement this year. It's in multiple areas for Alperen Sengun, but this number right here, especially on an extremely big roster like the Houston Rockets have, the last preseason game we watched the Rockets play, boy oh boy, were the Rockets huge, playing Şengün, Jabari Smith, Steven Adams, and Kevin Durant, 4, at the very least, power forwards in the starting lineup. So somebody's got to spread it out the three-point line. It ain't going to be Steven Adams. You know, Kevin Durant will be out there. Jabari Smith Jr., boy, oh boy, was he aggressive in the last game. Alperen Şengün, where are you going to go? Not going to be just the mid-range out of the high post. Those aren't great spots for you. They're good spots for him. Don't get me wrong. They are really good spots for him. But got to spread it out to that three-point line as well as having that mid-range game, because the inside game is going to start to get shrunken up for you if you continue to play alongside a traditional big, which I don't think it'll happen that often. Maybe more of a preseason experiment, but, you know, always going to help to improve that perimeter game, clear up some space for you. This guy right here, Kevin Durant, coming to the Houston Rockets. Maybe he can wake something up within inside himself, because those last couple of years in Brooklyn, going into the last 2 years with Phoenix, he's looked like he's been on the most miserable teams in NBA history. I mean, his teams look horrendous. Teams look like they don't like each other. Teams look like they don't want to play basketball. And a lot of people are saying, hey, what's the common denominator between all those teams right there? Is it Kevin Durant? Is it your fault, KD? What are you doing out there to making everybody so unsatisfied being on a team with you, right? Because you seem like one of the chillest dudes out there. You seem like you can you can get a basket whenever, so it seems great to play alongside of you. I don't know what the issue is. Last year, 26.6 points per game, 6 boards, 4.2 assists. It's Kevin Durant. We know who he is. We don't really have to go over all the numbers. We know what he can do. He's in about year 347. He's been in the league for as long as I can remember, as long as I've been playing basketball. Kevin Durant's been there, right? So we know what he's capable of. He is about 107 years old now. But either way, can he shake sort of the stigma that's following him around the last couple of years of, hey, man, he goes to a team and they become unhappy. Last year in Golden State, the years in Brooklyn, you get traded over to Phoenix. They go from a championship contending team to being absolutely miserable, and now you're here with the Houston Rockets. Is there some miasma around you, KD? Is it all circumstantial? What are the vibes going to be like now that you are a Houston Rocket? What is it going to be like? Because we know what numbers you're going to put up. We know, for the most part, what level of impact you'll have on the court because you're Kevin Durant. We know who you are. But what are the vibes going to be? Are you going to bring this team down? Is morale going to be low? What's going on with Kevin Durant teams the last half decade? We get over to a guy who even if Kevin Durant brings down some of the vibes, this young man right here should be more than enough to uplift a lot of the vibes. Amen Thompson over here, 14 points per game, 8.2 rebounds. 8.2 rebounds. God damn, Amen Thompson was rebounding the hell out of the ball last year. 3.8 assists. He's going to be playing a whole lot of point guard this year with Fred VanVleet down with an injury. We'll see if the Houston Rockets go out and acquire another point guard to sort of shore up that position. Boy, oh boy, are they going to really miss Fred VanVleet this year. But Amen Thompson is expected to make a huge leap. They need him to make a huge leap, number one. And number two, they need him to play a position that I don't think was thought to be a priority for a guy of Amen Thompson's capabilities, right? He's more of an off guard, more of a wing, more of a, hey, let me be a play finisher. Let me get the ball, have somebody else bring the ball down, direct some traffic, and then get me the ball as the star player, and I'll attack out of positions that I like. But seems like Amen Thompson's going to have to work on them point guard skills with Fred VanVleet out of the picture for the season, right? So that 4 assist to 2 turnover ratio is going to have to start to outweigh itself. 2-to-1 is not great for a point guard. And again, he's not going to be a point guard for the remainder of his career, but he does have point guard capabilities. And so the Houston Rockets are going to place a lot on the shoulders of him. He looks primed and ready to take that leap, but he's going to have to take that leap. Now it's no longer like we hope. Now it's you have to if the Rockets want to accomplish anything this year. We know what his percentages are like. Struggles from the foul line. Finds its way to impact him as a three-point shooter. 28%, 27.5% as a three-point shooter on not great volume is not where you want to be when you're developing as a perimeter player, right? That jump shot's got to get there at some point. I know he has unreal athleticism, probably the most athletic player in the NBA, but if you want to ascend to star and then ascend even past that to superstar, this number has to go up. You can't be a superstar in the NBA at the guard position and not be able to shoot any longer. It's too skilled of a league. Then we get to a really interesting player this year, Jabari Smith Jr., the former number 3 overall pick, who at one point was projected to be the first overall pick before Paolo Banchero jumped up over him, as well as Chet Holmgren up to number 1 and 2, letting him slide down to 3. I always thought he was best as the 3rd pick anyway. A lot of people did. Apparently, so did other teams in the draft as well. But the Rockets were more than happy to end up with Jabari Smith Jr. with the 3rd overall pick. 12.2 points per game last year, 7 rebounds, 1.1 assists. Doesn't seem like great numbers for number 3 overall pick. But look, as long as you become an impactful player on both sides of the court, and he's an impactful player on both sides of the court. He's a versatile defender. The counting stats won't necessarily show with 0.4 steals and 0.7 blocks. You'd like to be maybe a little bit better of a rim protector, maybe a little bit better of a rebounder, maybe a little bit better of a shooter. But he's capable of doing all 3 of those things at an okay level. But you didn't draft the number 3 overall to be okay at those things. You drafted him to be really good, if not great, at almost all of those things. I've seen one preseason game from Jabari Smith Jr. I walked away from that one preseason game incredibly impressed. I mean, this guy. You want to talk about a guy having a green light? This guy right here has the green light. He went out there. We could probably look at the box score of the last game they played. He went out there and was like, yeah, all the attention to Thompson, all the attention to Şengün, all the attention to KD. I'm wide open over here on the wing. I'm semi-open over here in the corner, and I'm taking it. I'm not even hesitating. And you know what? The shot's not there. I'm going to pump fake, and I'm going to try and find an open shot. I'm going to dribble into the defender, maybe take a little step back midi that I've been working on, working alongside KD to figure that out, right? Having a guy like KD, similar body type, similar playing style coming out of college. Obviously, Jabari Smith Jr. is not at Kevin Durant's level, even coming out of college, obviously. But similar play styles in terms of being viewed as a stretch big. KD wasn't viewed as a stretch big coming out of college, I get it. But being viewed as a stretch big, 6'10", long arms, slender build, more of a finesse shooter than a physical interior banger like a Banchero or whatnot. Having Kevin Durant on the team for Jabari Smith Jr. is going to be wonders for him. I did not expect it to work or pay dividends immediately the way I saw in that first preseason game, but let's see if it can continue it. Let's see, maybe it was one game. Maybe it was one preseason game, but the directive was, let's get Jabari Smith Jr. going off. Let's get him the ball. Let him do his thing, right? Maybe it was that. So let's see how he continues to play it here tonight. We get over to Reed Sheppard, and we're going to run through the backup guys real quickly. Not much to say. Reed Sheppard's got a lot to prove this year. We get over to Tari Eason. Tari Eason, I will hang around for a second on Tari Eason because boy, oh boy, was Tari Eason incredibly impressive in that first preseason game that I watched a couple of days ago. Just in the sense of he came in the game, ball was in his hands, and he was doing a little bit of playmaking, so they were trusting him. He's chaotic. He's the wild card, as I labeled him down there. He's the wild card of the Houston Rockets. He comes in, makes things happen sometimes. Sometimes he's so chaotic, he's turning the ball over like crazy. I mean, 1.5 assists to 1.1 turnovers in I don't know, a 15-minute-a-game guy is not really what you want to see, right? A 1-to-1 assist-turnover ratio, but that's because this guy, he's getting the ball and he's looking to finish, right? He's getting it out in transition, or he's causing a disruption to get it out in transition, either with his 1.7 steals or his 0.9 blocks, averaging to around 2.5 stocks a game for a backup wing player is pretty damn impressive. He's working on that three-point shot. 34.2 isn't very good. It's below average, but it's respectable enough where it's like, okay, right? Defenses are still going to dare Tari Eason and Amin Thompson to shoot the ball from the perimeter in order to beat them, and we'll see how that plays out for the entirety of the season. But he shoots it with confidence. The shot doesn't look bad. It's a smooth enough release. Should be able to figure it out as his career goes on. We'll see if this year is the year he breaks out and really figures it out, because if he does, this is a tough player to have to match up with, especially with him coming off the bench. Clint Capella is a good backup big. He didn't do anything all that impressive. He looks to maybe be on the back end of his playing career. We'll see how much longer he has in the league, but he still looks to be a serviceable backup big right now. There's a little bit of everything. Traditional rim running big. Dorian Finney-Smith is going to start the year injured, so he's not going to play too much with this Houston Rockets team for a while, if at all. But we know what he is. He's a 3-and-D wing. There's a little bit of everything. At this point in his career, he's more so of a power forward. Can't really slide his feet as well. So he's better off guarding bigs or sliding down, guarding smaller players and whatnot. Aaron Holiday is going to be a backup guard. Not much to say about Aaron Holiday, but it was interesting because he wasn't the first backup guard off the bench for the Houston Rockets the other day. It's preseason, trying to get a look at different players. So we'll see how that goes throughout the regular season. But this is the team we're really here to talk about here tonight. This team right here, the Atlanta Hawks. Because if you know me, I'm a Knicks fan. And as a Knicks fan, there's not too much I'm concerned about this year outside of our specific team, right? I'm worried about the Knicks and the Knicks only, in all seriousness. But if you said, who are the teams that you look out and you go, oop, that's going to be a tough team this year? David Osh Jr., what's up, David? If you look out and you ask me, who are going to be the tough teams for the New York Knicks this year? Obviously, I have to start with the Cleveland Cavaliers. They're number one on the list. They're one of, if not the second. They're number one or number two in terms of being the best team in the conference, which is fine. It's going to be them and the Knicks all year long. But the second team, you would think I would say somebody like the Magic. You would think I would say somebody maybe like the Pistons. Say the Atlanta Hawks. Boy, oh boy, do I like this Atlanta Hawks team this year. And it pains me to say it as a Knick, but it's true. I really like this Hawks team. Now, we know who Trae Young is. We know what he's capable of. We know what he's about. The issues with Trae Young is an issue that's going to plague him throughout the rest of his career. He's probably the worst defender in the NBA. We give him props when he actually tries and makes a rotation. But David Osh Jr. said, our new backup point getting waived, Spencer Dinwiddie. I'm all the way out on Spencer Dinwiddie. He's done nothing but talk down about the Knicks organization, done nothing but talk down about Knicks fans. Get him out of here. He's washed. He couldn't even make the Charlotte team, and you want him on the Knicks competing for a championship? He couldn't even make a possible play-in team. He couldn't make the 10th seed. Couldn't make that team, but he's about to be on the Knicks. Get him out of here. Get Spencer Dinwiddie out of here. I don't want nothing to do with that guy. I'd rather play Tyler Kolek than Spencer Dinwiddie. Get him out. He's trash, garbage, basuda. Couldn't even make the Charlotte team. Get him out of here. Now back to Trae Young, an actual good basketball player over here. Trae Young, 6'1", his size is always going to be an issue for him. His slim build, 164 in terms of his weight, is always going to be an issue for him. But boy, oh boy, is this guy multi-talented. 24 points, 11 and a half assists. This guy's a generational passer. More than anything, he's probably the best passer in the league. It's like him, Halliburton, and then Jokic at this point, right? LeBron's always going to be on the list, but he's 1,000 years old, so I'm taking him off all lists from here on out. So you got him, Halliburton, and then Jokic is probably the three best passers in the league. Makes sense to me. The issue we know with Trae Young is always going to be his defense. He's too small to guard anybody. Most times he looks half interested in even playing defense, even making rotations, always constantly pointing fingers to his teammates. We'll see if that was a coaching thing earlier in his career, if that was a young, immature thing, if that was a just didn't understand a thing, or if that's just who he is as a basketball player. So we'll see what he's like this year with actual expectations, with actual awesome defensive players around him who we'll get to. But Trae Young, we know what he's about. We know what he's about. David said, Detroit, Orlando, Hawks, Cavs. I don't count out Tatum coming back. We'll see if Tatum comes back. We'll see if they let him come back. I wouldn't let him come back. I don't care if he's 100% healthy. I don't care if the doctors say there's nothing more he can do. He's perfectly healthy. Play him. I'd be like, no, we're good. We're good. He's not playing until next year. But what did I write down here in the context? Young is one of the most dynamic passers in the league, but his decision-making has always been questionable. Don't let him get a rhythm and apply a ton of pressure. So as long as you can apply pressure on him, the reason why I talk about decision-making, this number right here, damn near 5 assists per game last year. Now, the Hawks dealt with a ton of injuries last year, and so at some point, I'm sure Trae Young was like, screw it, I'm going to do whatever I want out there. That's, he is a risk taker as a passer. He will throw a crazy lob in the half court to Jalen Johnson that has no business being thrown. Jalen Johnson, to his credit, he'll go up there and he'll try to get it. But it's not always going to work out. 5 assists, 5 turnovers a game for Trae Young is rough. We'll see if they'll be able to hold on to that number and still be a good team this regular season, or if he'll have to start to cut down on these turnovers. And again, having another good ball handler alongside him is going to help out with those turnover issues. But his decision making, especially when facing a ton of pressure and facing a ton of different coverages, isn't always the greatest. You get to the second best player on the team, who is on track to possibly make his first All-Star team this year. He was on track to be named an All-Star last year before the shoulder injury. Jalen Johnson, power forward out of Duke, 19 points per game last year, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, does a little bit of everything, and boy, oh boy, is he good at a little bit of everything. He's even a versatile defender, playmaker on defense, 1.6 steals, about a block a game. So 2.5, a little over 2.5 stocks a game. Justice's dad, what's up, Justice's dad? Are we cooking Ice Tray every chance or just keeping it respectful towards him? I'm just going to be honest. That's all I can tell you. I'm going to be honest about Trae Young. I'm going to be honest about this Hawks team. This Hawks team This is a good Hawks team. I would not be surprised if they end up as the 3rd seed in the Eastern Conference this year, right? Part of the reason why I want to watch this game tonight, is to watch the Atlanta Hawks. And they're going up against good competition in the Houston Rockets. And it's an ESPN game, so everybody should be playing. Everybody looks like they are going to be playing. We'll get to the remainder of this Hawks team because it starts with Trae Young, but does it continue with talented role players across the board? Starting with Jalen Johnson, who I think is going to elevate himself out of awesome role player into legit star player this year. Again, 50% from the field, 74.5% from the foul line, about 75.5% from the foul line, and 31.2% from three-point range. I suspect that's a little bit lower based off of some of the play style that they played last year. I suspect that number is going to be a little bit higher this year. I think he's a legit threat from the perimeter. Obviously, you're going to dare him to shoot, but I don't think you necessarily want him shooting open shots all game long. You want to get somewhat of a contest because I do think he is capable of knocking down that three-point shot with some level of regularity. Again, this team struggles with turnovers, 3 turnovers per game for a wing who doesn't have the ball in his hands and is more seen as a play finisher all that often. For Jalen Johnson, we'll see what it looks like this year if they put him in a position where his usage goes up a little bit more. Are these turnovers going to go up? Are they going to remain the same? Are they going to go down? I think for this Hawks team, this turnover number right here might be the most important number for their team this season. Get over now to the newly acquired Kristaps Porzingis. When the last time we saw him on an NBA court, he was huffing and puffing and could barely stay on the court. He looks to be fully recovered for the most part. We'll see how long that lasts. We know Kristaps Porzingis the entirety of his NBA playing career has been wrapped up in, can this guy stay on the court? Can he stay healthy for you? Oh my goodness, Kristaps Porzingis looks amazing for these past 15 games, and he's out for the next 15 games, right? That has been the entirety of Kristaps Porzingis' career. He looks awesome when he's on the court, but can he stay on the court? Obviously, injuries are never really the player's fault, especially if you can't pinpoint an exact reason for the injury, like maybe weight or work ethic or whatever. It seems like takes good care of himself, works hard, all of the things. Just can't. When you're 7'2", when you're over 7 feet tall, injuries can just sometimes happen, right? David said, are we keeping Matthews? I hope so. Probably not. In order to sign, part of the reason why all the trade talks was because in order to sign Brogdon, in order to sign one more player other than Shamet, it would cost the Knicks a trade. And so who are they trading? Is it Gaudier, Kolek, one of those 2 young players in order to bring in another vet? Why would you want Matthews and Shamet on the team? If you prefer Matthews over Shamet, fine. I prefer Shamet over Matthews because Matthews the only thing Matthews does well is shoot corner threes. Doesn't shoot them on the wings all that well. Doesn't shoot them above the break all that well. All he's really good for is shooting corner threes, which is awesome. That's great. He's good at that. But Shamet's pretty good at shooting threes above the break, pretty good at shooting threes on the wing. He's pretty good at shooting threes in the corner, and he's a much better defender than Garrison Matthews. I'm good on Garrison Matthews. Get him out of here. Bring in my boy Landry Shamet. None of these guys are going to be part of the regular rotation anyway. I doubt it. Maybe they will be. We'll see, but I doubt it. We got the Kristaps Porzingis last year, 19.5 points per game, only 7 rebounds. He is going to be surrounded by some pretty decent rebounders. Maybe it'll be an issue for the Hawks that they don't have great rebounders or great size overall across their team. But we'll wait to see how that plays itself out. Kind of a brand new team, brand new roster and whatnot, so we'll see how it plays out. 2.1 assists. He's a play finisher. Not too concerned about that. He's still pretty good rim protector at 1.5 a game. 48% from the field, 80% from the foul line. But this number right here is the thing that makes Kristaps Porzingis so goddamn dangerous as a center, as a stretch big in the NBA, because he is a good rim protector. He's an okay rebounder, not a good rebounder. He's an okay rebounder, probably below average rebounder, but overall he's fine. You can get away with him, especially if you surround him with good rebounders like a Jalen Johnson, maybe a Reza Shea takes sleep as a rebounder. Maybe Dyson Daniels digs in deeper as a rebounder and whatnot. But this number right here is the thing that is going to unlock this Hawks team in a similar way that it unlocked that Boston Celtics team. If you can get a stretch big who's that good at shooting pick and pop threes with a passer and creator like Trae Young, he's going to feast. He's going to feast. We get over to Dyson Daniels, who this guy is a nightmare defender. The great barrier thief is what he was nicknamed last year. 3 steals a game, set all kinds of records for stealing the ball last year. 14 points per game, was also not a destructive offensive player. Usually when you get incredible defensive players who are incredible playmakers on defense, usually it comes at the cost of them being pretty bad offensive players. Dyson Daniels is not a bad offensive player. Even, as a shooter, he came in as a very streaky shooter, and he's still a streaky shooter. 34% is below average, especially for a guy at his position at like a shooting guard, small forward spot. 34% is not really good. It's below average, but it's not terrible. You can't leave him wide open, right? 60% free throw shooter is also not good. It's an indication that he's not a very good shooter. Doesn't have a very good touch when shooting, which is probably paying off here on his three-point percentage. His more of a slasher, gets to that mid-range spot, good in that, operating in that like 8 to 12 foot range in terms of floaters or little push shots in the lane or whatnot. Pretty good at operating in that range. Again, when you play alongside Trae Young, you're going to find yourself open a lot because Trae Young demands a ton of attention, and he's also a fantastic ball handler. So 14 points per game last year, 6 rebounds, 4.5 assists. He does a little bit of everything. He's a great connective player, and playing alongside Trae Young, Jalen Johnson, Kristaps Porzingis, his job just gets way easier. And he has Zachary Rizachet, the first overall pick from last year's draft. Big player, 6'8", giant wing, long arms, slender build though. Still has to work on his core strength. 35% from 3, can do a little bit of everything, which is an okay percentage. We're starting over here right now. 71.1 from the field is okay for a free throw shooter, but you would like that to be a little bit higher, especially for a first overall pick. You want to see him do a little bit more. He's an okay versatile defender, mostly because of his size. Still learning as a young, going into a sophomore year, obviously. 0.7 steals, 0.5 blocks. Nothing really too stand out about that. 1.2 assists, not much of a playmaker to 1.2 turnovers, doing a whole lot of nothing in the playmaking department. All he really has to do is be a solid enough playmaker and a solid enough defender in order to be a viable wing on this team that is lacking wings. One of the bigger wings they have. It's him, Jalen Johnson, and then off the bench, you're looking to bring in guys like Kennard, and we'll get to the rest of their bench and whatnot. But 46% from the field, they're looking to see Zachary Rizachet make a big old leap this regular season, because boy, oh boy, are they going to need it on the wing, considering like they have great wings, they have a great roster of players, they don't have the size on the wings. Jay Hammer, what's up, Jay Hammer? Then we get to Nickeil Alexander-Walker, one of the most underrated pickups this summer. Boy, oh boy, do I think this guy is going to have an incredibly impactful season, because you go up against Dyson Daniels, and then he comes out, and this guy comes in, and now he's checking you 94 feet. He's an excellent on-ball defender. He's not to the level that Dyson Daniels is, but when you bring him off the bench, you would think that your guards, your ball handlers are going to go, whew, Dyson Daniels finally out of the game. And then this demon comes in, and you're like, God damn it, now I got to deal with this guy. Alexander Walker and Daniels together is like having a clone of the same player out on the perimeter. This is a good thing. Normally it's not a great thing, but this is a good thing. He can shoot the 3 better than Daniels, 38% with the Timberwolves last year, 44% from the field, 78% from the line. He's a good enough shooter out on the perimeter to play alongside a multitude of lineups. 0.6 steals, 0.4 blocks. He's not necessarily a playmaker defensively, but boy, oh boy, is he a very good on-ball defender. Very disruptive, gets deflections and whatnot. May not lead to a ton of steals or blocks, but he's going to be incredibly annoying out there. 9.4 points, 3.2 rebounds, 2.7 assists. Can also find himself as a little bit more of a ball handler as well. So you take the ball out of Trae Young's hands. Maybe that'll help his usage come down. Maybe that'll help his turnovers come down and have the ball in Alexander Walker's hands, who is capable enough when playing alongside talented players to sort of handle that ball handling commitment there. Then you get to Onyeka Okongwu, who after trading Clint Capella seemed like they were going to hand the keys off to Okongwu. They bring in Kristaps Porzingis, which is a good bring in. But Okongwu is going to have a huge season because he's probably going to be the go-to big man most of the time. Jay Hammer, what's up, Jay Hammer? I can't even dunk. This is unfair. There's a lot to not go right to be the Rockets' regular season. There's a lot that has to go right to beat the Rockets in the regular season. But a lot has already gone wrong for the Rockets in terms of like Van Vliet already going out, Dorian Finney-Smith still being out for a while. The Rockets are going to be I think the Rockets aren't going to have as good of a season as some people think they are. Fred VanVleet going down is huge, huge. We get to Onyeka Okongwu, the backup big. Onyeka Okongwu is trying to work himself around to be more of a overall big man rather than just a traditional rim-running big man, but he is a fantastic defender. He's a little bit undersized at 6'10" for a starting center, 13.4 points, 9 rebounds. He's a good enough rebounder, good enough play finisher, 56.7% from the floor, 76% from the foul line. So his free throw shooting for a big man is already where it's serviceable. It's good enough. We're fine with that. Perfectly okay being a 76% free throw shooter as a starting center. 32.4% from three on pretty low volume is like, you know. They're showing Asa Newell right now for the Atlanta Hawks, who's their newest rookie they're bringing in. He's having a pretty good preseason right now. We'll see if he becomes a part of the regular starting rotation. Carl Jean-Baptiste, what's up, Carl? This should be a fun matchup. By the way, I'm digging the lid. Looking like a ghetto cowboy. Appreciate you, Carl. Appreciate you. We are doing the Houston Rockets. I forgot. I'm making the commitment that every time we play a Texas team, we throwing on the Texas hat. I don't care what outfit I'm wearing. I got a hat to go with it. So that's what we're gonna do this year. I forgot to do it on the last Houston Rockets game, but we're gonna do it for every Texas team. That's the Rockets. That's the Spurs. That is the Dallas Mavericks. And then maybe even like the Pelicans or you know, a couple Southern teams, you know, like Louisiana and whatnot. We might throw on the cowboy hats and whatnot. We're gonna mix it up, obviously, throughout the year, as we always do. I like Okongwu. Okongwu spent years playing behind Capella and will now have to battle Porzingis for the starting center spot. I think Porzingis is going to get the starting center spot, but like we just talked about, Porzingis is going to miss games. He's going to be on a minutes restriction for the most part here in the regular season as they try to maintain him so he can get healthy to the postseason, because that's where they're going to need him most. So Okongwu is going to find himself playing a lot of minutes this year. We get to their bench and we get to a guy, well, we've been on their bench, but we get to a guy in Luke Kennard, who I've never really been all that high on. Luke Kennard is a knockdown, one of the best three-point shooters in the league, both off the bounce and as a catch-and-shoot guy. I mean, if this guy's rising up to shoot it, more often than not, it's going in. I mean, so much more often than not that it's damn near 50%. Half the time, it's damn near going in. 43.3% is incredible for a guy like Luke Kennard, who he just finds open space. He's fantastic moving without the ball and just knowing where the open space is going to be. And when you play alongside a guy like Trae Young, he's going to find a lot of open shots. Who are you helping off of? Trae Young, Jalen Johnson, Kristaps Porzingis? You know, who are you helping off of? Not a whole lot of guys to help off of. And if you give this guy even a slither of daylight, he's throwing it up there, and it might go down. Now, he can't do a whole lot else. He's dealt with injuries, knee injuries, leg injuries that have limited his mobility. So he's got a lot to overcome, but he's got a definable NBA skill that makes him one of the best players. He has one of the best skill sets in the NBA, or he's one of the best at his skill set in the NBA. That's a better way of saying it. He's one of the best shooters in the world, point blank, period. Any league, doesn't matter. To do it on this level, at this stage, with this amount of pressure, with this amount of talent, with this amount of athleticism around you, flying at you, with this high-level defense playing in the NBA, and he still manages to shoot 43.5% from three-point range during the course of an entirety of a regular season, it's pretty crazy. Back at Duke, during his college days, was a little bit more of a ball handler, did a lot more on ball, which is why you could see 3.3 assists. He's a good connective player. Reminds me a little bit of Lonzo Ball without the defense, but having him alongside guys like Dyson Daniels, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Onyeka Okongwu, Kristaps Porzingis should be able to hide his limitations. The issue is going to be, well, if you're playing him and Trae Young, the defense is going to be an issue. Doesn't matter how good the other defenders are. It's just going to be an issue when you have two liabilities at the point of attack. And that's it. The guy I did not mention for the Atlanta Hawks who might find himself in rotation minutes was the newest draft pick from the Atlanta Hawks, Asa Newell. He's a wing who can do a little bit of everything, high-energy player. So we'll see his impact on the game here tonight. I have yet to see him play so far in the preseason. I've yet to see the Hawks at all play in the preseason, so that's why I'm most interested in this game, is to watch this team go at it. That's not what I wanted. That's what I want. That's why I want to see the Atlanta Hawks play today, because I'm probably a little bit higher than most people are. I think that they're the third best team in the East, over the Pistons, over the Magic. I really like the Hawks. The only thing that could sink this team are a couple of things. One, if Trae Young is a disaster defensively. Riza doesn't take a leap, and then all of a sudden you're really, really small outside of an injury-plagued Porzingis. Jalen Johnson, who's about 6'8", 6'9", which is not that tall for a big. And and your bench kind of falls apart, and then you deal with injuries. And that's how I could see the Atlanta Hawks constantly falling down the standings totem pole. But I don't expect that to happen. That's like worst case scenario, and then they find themselves as a 6 seed, maybe trying to battle for the 6 seed, possibly be in the play-in again. There have been times where we've had high hopes for the Atlanta Hawks, and they've let us down. I say us as if I've ever had high expectations for the Atlanta Hawks. But they've let the NBA world down in terms of people coming in, thinking, giving them high expectations, and then it's not working out, and it doesn't work out. When they made the conference finals, and then the following year they were in the play-in, and it's like, oof. Just that's a tip-off is in 4 minutes. It is an ESPN game, so we might not tip it off by until 8 o'clock. That is how ESPN tends to roll. We do have a couple of games going on. The Pelicans are taking on the Magic, and the Magic are killing the Pelicans. And Zion continues to be a little disappointing. Wake up, Zion. Wake up. We tuned into that Pelicans game the other day, and he had some impressive plays, but overall, it was like, where are you, brother? Where are you? What are you doing out there? Pistons are taking on the Wizards, beating up on the Wizards a little bit, 11-point lead at the end of the one quarter. Keyshawn George leading them with 6 points. Jalen Duren leading them with 10 points. Okay. Not going to go crazy. Franz Wagner with 13 points. Interesting. I think if everything goes well for the Hawks, their ceiling is hitting that 3 seed. I think if everything goes, and maybe not even everything, but if things start to go a little poorly for the Hawks, I could see them dropping down to like the 6 seed. I could see like the Pistons and the Magic definitely jumping them for 3, 4, and maybe they fall down to 5. Maybe there's an unexpected East team we see coming up. Am I forgetting anybody in the East? I feel like maybe I am. We go to the standings and we look at the East real quick. Orlando, the Bucks. Maybe the Bucks could leap them. Orlando could leap them. And they could find themselves battling with the Celtics, the Pacers, the Raptors, maybe the Hornets for that fun. Maybe the Miami Heat for those play-in spots. And it's like, is that really where you wanted to be? Is that really where you wanted to be, Atlanta, coming into the season? That's where I think. I think their height is probably the 3 seed. Their floor of things not going right this season is going to be them once again battling for the play-in spot, which is not great. Not great at all. Pelicans Magic. Zion is now up to 8. Okay. Finn, what's up, Fair? Is it fair to the other NBA teams to have to play in the same league as the Juggernaut Magic? Oh, brother, here goes Finn again with his Magic takes. Zion's 4 for 5 from the field. Okay, Zion, 8 points, 4 assists. Okay, I see I was talking down about you. But you're hooping a little bit. Magic are up by 15 here. So we're getting ready to to check into this game. He's not getting much help. Paolo, Franz, hooping. No defense being played by the Pelicans, which is a theme we saw in the game that we watched. They're just not a very good defensive team. Yves Missy can start again. It seems like they're going to start Yves Missy unless Kevon Looney is not healthy. I don't know. But let's get to Isaiah Crawford is in the starting lineup with Jeff Green, Josh Okogie, and Holiday Reed Shepard. Okay, everybody's out for the Rockets. Of course, we tune into the game. It's an ESPN game. I would have figured everybody was playing, but the Rockets are sitting everybody. Nobody's active. Trae Young, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Kristaps Porzingis, Onyeka Okongwu, and Zachary Riza are playing for the Hawks. They have most of their rotation into the game. No Jalen Johnson, no Dyson Daniels, which is fine. Of course, that has for sure been our MO this preseason. Is every time we tune into a game, the game in which all of the stars sit for some reason. I just haven't had a ton of luck. Regular season can't get here soon enough. Although tomorrow is our last preseason game finally. The Knicks play tomorrow, so we'll be set after that. But here we go. Off with the tip. Get our microphone ready to go. Riza over to Alexander Walker. He has it up top. He's being guarded by Shepard. Over to Young. Coming to his left. Throws a lob up top. Very predictable. Uncle Jeff Green breaks it up. Here come the Rockets pushing the other way. Josh Okogie dancing with it. Driving it down. Loses the handle. Back out. Holiday. A pull-up straightaway three comes up short. A rebound from Isaiah Crawford. They swing it around. Holiday's going to jack up another one. 2 misses from 3 in a row. They get it over to Alexander Walker in transition. Left wing three. The Rockets don't really get back on defense. And Alexander Walker splashes the 3. Carl said, my top 5 in the East. Knicks, Cavs, Hawks, Magic, and Detroit. I think those 5 are the safe 5. They should, in some order, be 1 through 5. Obviously, Knicks, Cavs will be battling for 1 and 2, and then I think it's a tier below them between as Reed Sheppard turned it over, got it right back, and then gets a 2-handed slam. Okay, Reed Sheppard, way to make up for the mistake, brother. Way to make up for the mistake. Finn said, I think preseason NBA champs should get a bye into the season tournament semis, the in-season tournament semis. Nah, let's not reward any preseason stuff. Preseason is about experimentation. Preseason is all about experimentation. They're glorified scrimmages. They should not be televised the way they are televised or advertised the way they're advertised. They are not for entertainment. These are essentially practices. Let's not reward anybody for preseason stuff. Porzingis knocks down the first free throw. He's at the foul line. Finn said, sounds like my freshman year at college. Experimentation. Hey, brother. Shout out to you. Porzingis misses the second free throw. 10:30 to go here in the first quarter. Here early. Holiday gets it over to Green. Green being guarded by Porzingis. Hands it off to Shepard. Shepard off the handoff. They go under the screen. Shepard can make them pay. Trae Young walks into an easy rebound. They're bringing it down. Young dancing with it. Steps back. Hesitates. Pump fakes. Picked up his dribble. He's got nowhere to go. Gets it over to Riza. Riza over the top to Porzingis. Porzingis down low. And gets knocked out of bounds by the Rockets, so it'll stay with the Hawks. It would have been nice to watch the Hawks go up against like a legit NBA defense, how big the Rockets can get. Would have been nice to see that. Should have been a good game, but unfortunately, we got the bench guys in for the Rockets. Oh, I got the wrong thing up. Y'all didn't say nothing. My bad. Let's get the game cast up for our game. Alexander Walker struggling with his handle. Gets it over to Porzingis. Porzingis out to Young. Shot clock winding down. Young coming to his left. Step back, straightaway 3. Well contested. Way off for Trae Young. He had the jacket up with the shot clock winding down. And here we go. Coming down the other way of the Rockets. They get it over into Okogie. Okogie kicks it out to Isaiah Crawford in the right corner. Crawford's going to drive it down. Go for a crazy reverse layup. You got to kick that back out to Okogie. Wide open for a 3. Come on, Isaiah Crawford. You got to know better than that. Alexander Walker coming down the lane, gets stripped by Reed Sheppard. Great defense from Reed Sheppard to knock it out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Hawks here. Trae Young gets it into Porzingis down low. He gets stripped by Reed Sheppard. Reed Sheppard's got great hands right now. Quick hit ahead to Holiday. They throw a lob down low to Crawford, who blows the layup. Isaiah Crawford does chase down and hustle out his own miss, but they swing it out. Josh Okogie, a 3, can't get it to go. Here comes Alexander Walker bringing it down. Alexander Walker has it up top. Up top to Trae Young. Trae Young's going to dance with it. Step back, gets blocked. Who is that? Okogie gets blocked by Okogie. He's going to bring it down the other way. Gets the layup to go. And that's what Okogie does well, turning defense into offense. Alexander Walker quickly trying to push it the other way. A pull-up 3 on the right wing. Can't get that one to go. The Hawks getting shots up quickly. Seems to be an emphasis of every NBA team to start every preseason. We want to play fast. We want to get up as many three-point shots as possible. We'll see how that holds throughout the regular season. Some teams are able to hold it. A lot of teams aren't. Alexander Walker's dancing with it against Shepard to get it out to Porzingis on the pick and pop. Swing it out to Young. Young on the left wing, a wide open catch and shoot 3. Gets it to go down. Throughout his career, has not been known to get a ton of catch and shoot 3 opportunities because the ball is in his hand so often. But gets a 1 to go there. This should be the best season of his career in terms of getting wide open looks off of passes from his teammates as Holiday drives it down and gets a righty scoop layup to go. 6-7. Trae Young bringing it down, leaves it off for Porzingis. A quick pick and pop straight away. Quick release, can't get it to go. Reed Shepard with the rebound, bringing it down the other way. Quick hit ahead to Okogie. Okogie going to put his head down, attack, takes a bump. Can't get the finish to go, but there is a foul on Zachary Rizachet as he was backpedaling in transition. 8.5 to go here in the first quarter. Back and forth affair so far. Nick Yag, what's up, Nick Yag? We will find out how much to worry about Atlanta. Not really, just because a lot of guys are out for the Hawks. Rockets aren't playing anybody. They got their full backup unit out there. And the Hawks are also missing a couple of people. They're missing the second best player in Jalen Johnson. They're missing the best perimeter defender in Dyson Daniels here tonight. So we're not going to find out truly what this Hawks team is capable of, but we'll get some sort of idea of what they can do. Kogi did knock down his first free throw. We get a timeout here. Full timeout from the Hawks. They do tie it up at 7. 8:16 exactly to go. Let's sync up our timer. I wish we could get to see. Part of the reason of watching this game is, one, it's an ESPN game, so I figured they're going to play their guys. It's an ESPN game. Of course you play your guys for the ESPN game, but they're not doing that. So we get a game in which Dyson Daniels and Jalen Johnson are out. I don't know why they're out. They could be out because of injury or whatever. And then we also get a game in which the Rockets were like, yeah, we're not going to play anybody. No Durant, no Amin Thompson, no Şengün, no Steven Adams, no Tari Eason so far. We'll see if he comes off the bench. I doubt it. I don't think Tari Eason's going to play today. He probably would have been in the starting lineup over a guy like Josh Okogie. No Jabari Smith Jr. Yak said, do they have another game? That's a long time between playing. The Rockets, I think this is their last game. We're talking about the Rockets. I'll check both sides, but I think this is their last game, their last preseason game. This is their last preseason game, and they decided to sit everybody. Usually the last preseason game is dress rehearsal time. Let's play it as if it's a regular season game to sort of make sure we're ready for that going into the regular season. So I don't really like Ime Udoka doing that. I don't really like him doing that. And then as for the Atlanta Hawks, this is also their last preseason game. They are sitting a couple of guys. Again, not entirely sure if it's injury related or whatever. Dyson Daniels rest. Jalen Johnson is out for rest. Don't love that. I mean, these are two really specific guys, so I would tend to think it's because they want to maybe see some guys play. But again, it's the last preseason game. I don't understand this. The last preseason game is normally, throughout NBA history, throughout sports history, last preseason games in any sport tend to be dress rehearsals. Like, we're going to treat this as if it's a regular season game to get the vibes, to understand what it's going to be like in terms of subbing in and subbing out and getting our wind ready to go and whatnot. I understand that they've played preseason games so far, but most teams have not played a ton of players in the second half of preseason games. So, I don't know. I feel like coaches are not doing a good job of getting their players ready for the regular season. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we'll just have to wait and see. But I don't really like this trend. I don't like this trend at all. The Knicks have their last preseason game tomorrow, and they will be playing everybody. Well, unless there's an injury. If you saw the reports, like Anunoby probably won't be playing, maybe Towns won't be playing, and it seems like Josh Hart won't be playing. So we'll see. Yak said they're going 10 days between playing. It might hurt them. They might not care. I don't know. I don't like it. I'm not a fan. I think play your guys in the last preseason game as if it's a regular season game. It's a dress rehearsal. I think that's how it's always been seen, and suddenly it's not being seen that way. I don't know. Maybe it's because it's a long time before the start of the regular season. They don't think it matters all that much, but who knows? Okogie did come back in after the timeout and knock down his second free throw. So it's 8-7. They throw it down low to Porzingis. He's got Okogie on him. Goes up. Gets blocked. No foul call. A ton of contact. Didn't matter. Isaiah Crawford bringing it down. Sprays it out to Okogie. He's going to drive it down to the rim. Gets a one-handed jam. Josh Okogie's all over the place right now. He said, y'all must have forgot. I was a former first-round overall pick. I could still hoop. Trae Young has it up top, dancing with it. Jeff Green switches onto him. Porzingis got the small on him. They swing it out. Rizachet, a left wing three. Can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. Off of Alexander Walker. It's going to go back to the Rockets. Good. fight between Alexander Walker and Reed Sheppard for that rebound. A good job from Reed Sheppard, who's the smaller player in that position and was a little bit out of position, still able to knock that rebound off of Alexander Walker and get the possession for his team. Jeff Green has it up top, high post, hands it off to Sheppard. Sheppard being guarded by Young. Sheppard driving it down, kicks it back out. Jeff Green, a straightaway three, pick and pop. Can't get it to go. Ripped the rebound down as Onyeka Okongwu. Here comes Trae Young, bringing it down the other way. Sheppard's going to pick him up. I've been impressed with Sheppard's activity overall. They throw it down low, gets picked off by Holiday. Here comes Holiday bringing it down. Great help. Inside to Isaiah Crawford, gets blocked by Porzingis. Crawford's got to pull it all the way back out. Gets it over to Okogie, a straightaway three, pretty deep. Didn't matter, he got it to go down. Okay. It's the Josh Okogie game. I've seen Josh Okogie go off. They get it over to Alexander, bringing it down, gets his pocket picked by Okogie. My man Josh Okogie causing havoc out there. Hit to Okogie, driving it down. He gets fouled. He's going back to the foul line. It's the Josh Okogie game. It's the welcome to the Josh Okogie Houston Rockets game. I'm loving it. Got 9 points today on 3 for 4 shooting. He's hooping. He is hooping. Josh Okogie knocks down the first free throw. Okogie knocked down the first one. Misses the second one. Reza Shea able to rip down the rebound. He's going to put his head down and attack as nobody picked him up. He just had a free lane to the basket. He's got the right-handed tomahawk jam to go down. Nobody picked up Zachary Reza Shea strolling down the middle of the lane. Terrible defense from the Rockets. Aaron Holiday driving it down, kicks it out. Jeff Green being guarded by Porzingis, thought about it, now kicks it over to Sheppard. No hesitation three from Sheppard, comes up short. Porzingis with the rebound. Here comes Alexander Walker pushing it the other way. Has it in the middle of the court, leaves it off to Porzingis as the trailer. He's going to drive it to his left, kicks it out to Okongwu with Sheppard on him. Up top to Alexander Walker, swings it over to Kennard, who's just checked into the game. Now over to Porzingis, pump fake, driving it down to the rim, gets fouled. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Got Uncle Jeff Green up into the air. Drew the foul on him. I think the Rockets are doing a really good job of scram defense right now. They're scram switching all over the place because they're playing so small. They got Jeff Green essentially as their center with a kid by the name of, what was his name? Isaiah Crawford? I'm sorry, Crawford. What's his name? Isaiah Crawford. So they're extremely small. Crawford, I think, is technically the center, but he is 6'6", so he's not really technically. Jeff Green is technically the center at 6'8". Crawford is the power forward at 6'7". So incredibly small lineup for the Houston Rockets when they're usually incredibly large. C. Matthews and K. Harris subbing in. We saw K. Harris the other day. What's his name? Kevon Harris. And C. Matthews is Cameron Matthews. And the Rockets turn it over. Alexander Walker pushing the other way over to Reza Shea. Gets an easy layup in transition. Great pass from Reza Shea. And just like that, 14-13. Porzingis did knock down both of his free throws. They get it up top to Davison. Hands it off to Harris. Harris driving it down. Kicks it out to Matthews. Matthews in the lane. Pump fake, pivot. Kicks it out. Crawford, a right wing three. Gets it to go. I'm pretty impressed with some of the Rockets' backup guys. I know Atlanta's not going 100%. They're probably going like 60, 70% just because of the guys who are out there for the Houston Rockets. But I still like the fight from this Rockets young team. Reza Shea driving down the middle of the lane. Gets an easy layup to go right over Reed Sheppard. Again, incredibly small lineup out there for the Houston Rockets. Not sure what Udoka is planning here, sitting all his guys. Chi-Chi, what's up, Chi-Chi? Happy to see you, brother. Happy to see you out there, Chi-Chi. Yeah, I missed the beginning of the show. Any Knicks news? Nothing new. I still think the latest thing is Brogdon retired. And no. I guess there is a little bit of Knicks news. It was announced earlier today that Anunoby tweaked his ankle, whatever that means. Did he sprain it? Is it a tweak like it just turned real quick, but it's not sprained? I don't know what a tweak means. It's not necessarily a medical diagnosis there. So we'll see what it means. We'll see what his availability will be for the game tomorrow. Mike Brown did announce that he would like to treat tomorrow's game as if it's a regular season game and try to get his regular rotation, regular minutes to kind of simulate that going into the start of the regular season, which is what I always assumed the final preseason game was for, but I guess not. I guess Ime Udoka trying a different path. He did say that, but he also said, we'll see how I'll be capable of doing that with the injuries that might stack up, because it was also announced that Karl-Anthony Towns is dealing with a little bit of a hamstring tightness or something like that, calf tightness, something like that, so you don't really want to mess around with that too much. So unfortunately, we may still see guys out tomorrow, but it'll be more so because of injury and not necessarily because of rest. Unfortunately, guys might still be out. So, and also Josh Hart, no good updates on Josh Hart. Just still recovering from back spasms, I guess. Probably not going to play in the preseason at all, which is unfortunate. But we will get to see our main guys out there. And also, precautionary reasons, just keeping Mitch out for load management reasons. We'll hear that word a lot with Mitchell Robinson this season. Chichi said, do you think the Knicks should give Kolek a shot at the backup PG or go get Victor Oladipo? If you go out and get Victor Oladipo, that means you are getting you don't have an open. The Knicks don't have an open roster spot. The final roster spot is probably going to go to Kolek, but it's between Kolek and not Kolek. Between Shamet and Garrison Matthews. I think they'll lean towards Shamet. We'll see. But no, I don't think you should just. They don't have an opening spot. I think a lot of people are treating it like they have an open spot. They don't have an open spot. In order for them to go out and get and sign a Victor Oladipo, they can do it whenever they want. The issue is that they don't have any open roster spots. In order to do that, they will have to trade a player. They don't want to trade anybody of value, and so they would look to trade one of the young guys, right? And that's either going to come down to between Paco Dadie or Tyler Kolek. And so would you like them to trade Tyler Kolek or Paco Dadie off of the team entirely and go sign Victor Oladipo, who has terrible health track record, is playing for the Guangdong Tigers or Guangdong Lions or whatever team he's playing for out there in China? That's who you want to trade the young guys for, to go get Victor Oladipo, who's never been a traditional point guard, to play point guard in a season in which you're trying to go for a championship? I'm out on that. I'm way out on that. AP, what's up, AP? Yak said tweak means don't play, otherwise everyone plays a little. Mike Brown said everyone's going to play a lot. So tweak, I think, means he rolled it in practice and he's not going to play until the start of the regular season. I think that's what that means, right? In the regular season, that's what you said, that's what tweak means. In preseason, when the coach just announced that I'm treating the final game as if it's a crucial regular season game, to kind of simulate getting ready for the regular season, I don't think it's a good sign that Anunoby tweaked his ankle, or they announced Anunoby tweaks his ankle. Don't like that. Alexander Walker to the rim, gets the layup to go. Tied at 17. Not a whole lot happened, just a bunch of missed shots and turnovers. Reed Shepard, a mid-range pull-up jumper over Vic Krejci, who's in the game for the Atlanta Hawks, and he knocks it down. Shout out Reed Shepard. Should have a good night tonight. They throw the lob to Asa Newell, who just beats everybody down the court. Again, gotta love this kid, Asa Newell. He's going to find himself in the rotation for the Atlanta Hawks team, even if it is 12 to 15 minutes a night. Harris has it up top to Shepard. Shepard dancing with it against Newell. Crossing over on Kennard, who switches onto him now. Shepard gets to the mid-range pull-up jumper, gets it to go again. Reed Shepard making something out of nothing. Going one-on-one, which is going to be an important part of his game if he wants to be a point guard in the NBA. Ray G has it up top. Gets it over to Newell. Asa Newell crosses over to his right on Crawford. Now gets it over to Alexander Walker up top. A no hesitation straightaway three. Well short. Long rebound finds its way out to Krejci. And knocked out of bounds by Reed Shepard, getting his hand on the ball. Also active hands from Reed Shepard. Nazalan, what's up, Nazalan? Oladipo, you serious? Oladipo had a good preseason. And I think a lot of people saw the highlights and they were like, hey, why not try Victor Oladipo? What can be worse? And it's like, last time we saw him in the NBA, was not healthy, looked washed. Sure, he looks fine with the Guangdong Tigers or whatever team he's on, but 82-game regular season, got zero trust in the guy. Harris sprays it out. Matthews, a left wing three in transition, can't get it to go. Nice open look. Trae Young is back in. He's bringing it down the other way. We got Trae Young, Luke Kennard, Vic Krejci, Asa Newell, and Onyeka Okongwu. Up top to Young, sprays it out to Okongwu, a straightaway three, gets it to go wide open. And again, you're going to find yourself wide open playing alongside Trae Young. That's Dante, by the way, not Okongwu. Dante's in the game for the Hawks. They spray it out to Crawford, catches, pump fakes, back up top to Shepard, and no hesitation, straightaway three, gets it to go down. And Reed Shepard starting to heat up a little bit, trying to keep his team afloat here. 2:40 to go here in the first quarter. Here comes Krejci, bringing it down. Stops, turns, spins, fall away. Over Harris, can't get it to go. Harris with the rebound, bringing it down the other way. Krejci's going to pick him up, crosses over to his right, putting his head down, and draws the foul. Foul on the floor, should be before the shot attempt. AP said no KP. KP is playing. KP is playing. Gigi said, why some fans acting like the Knicks lost Gary Payton in his prime? There was no roster spot available anyway. Like, the Knicks were going to have to trade a young guy to get Malcolm Brogdon. You know, if they really need a backup point guard during the regular season, if Jordan Crawford's not working out, I'm sure they'll look to the trade market and see if they can bring somebody in. They're not desperate to start the year with a Victor Oladipo, so much so that they're willing to trade Bakum Dadie or Tyler Kolek right now. Vic Krejci on a relocation right wing three off a go screen, gets it to go. Just slipped it right out to the three-point line, and he got it to go down. Jeff Green missed the layup on the other end. Trae Young directing traffic out to Krejci. As a trailer, right wing three comes up well short. Jeff Green with the rebound, and he gets ran over by Krejci. Ball's going to go the other way. Still a 1-point game. Just under 2 minutes to go. AB said maybe the New York Knicks gave him a heads up. They were going to release him. Yeah. They probably said, hey, those trades that we would have to make to move off these young guys, we don't really want to do that. We don't think it's worth it. You didn't look good in preseason. I don't think you're going to make the roster, Malcolm Brogdon. And he said, appreciate the opportunity, but I'm just going to go ahead and retire then. If you would allow me to announce my retirement before you waive me. And they were like, cool. Gigi said, nah, Paco ain't going nowhere. Well, in order to sign a guy, they got to trade a guy. And there's no value in Tyler Kolek around the league, so it would have to be a guy like Bakum Dadie. You don't want to move off of Dadie, you can't bring in anybody else. Good defense from J.D. Davison. Gets the turnover. Okogie, who blows a layup after starting the game off red hot for the Houston Rockets. They get it over to Trae Young. Trae Young bringing it down the other way. And they get Trae Young with the travel. I agree with you, AP. I think it's more than likely they gave him the heads up. We thought you were going to make the team, but after going over it, we don't think you're going to make the team. And he said, thanks for the heads up. Let me announce my retirement instead of you announcing that you're waiving me. Let me go out on my terms. And they said, okay, go ahead, do your thing. Holiday has it up top, coming off a Jeff Green screen, driving it down, and they call an offensive foul on the Rockets there. I don't know if it was on the screen or if it was on Holiday. I think it's on Holiday for fending off Trae Young with his hands as he was driving to the rim. Holiday incredibly confused. The Hawks will bring it down now. Davison guarding Trae Young, full court. Trae Young tries to get it in the corner to Luke Kennard, but knocked out of bounds by Jeff Green as he jumped the passing lane. AP said, so Shams get the final spot? Probably. Shamet will probably get the final roster spot. It's going to come down between him and Garrison Matthews. I think I like Shamet more than Matthews. I think he's a better defender. And I think he's a better overall shooter, while Matthews is a better corner shooter. And Dante down low after the Trae Young missed layup. Dante with a couple of offensive rebound and tips. Again, this Houston Rockets team tonight, incredibly small. 28-27, 35 seconds to go. Aaron Holiday's going to bring it down. Yeah, I think Shamet gets the final roster spot. Holiday down the lane, out to Okogie. Left corner three, just chucks it up as he gets fouled by Trae Young. Trae Young grabs Josh Okogie by the face by accident. Going for the shot. I don't know if they're going to give him 3 free throws or 2 free throws. Okogie knocks down the first free throw. And misses the second free throw again. Splits the free throws. Trae Young has it up top, being guarded by Davison. Jeff Green switches onto him. Still has it up top, still ball handling, picks up his handle, gets it over to Kennard. Kennard in the corner to Newell. He's got no space, back over to Kennard. Shot clock winding down, he gets into the lane, little fall-away mid-range jumper, doesn't get it off in time, and it's a shot clock violation. 6 seconds for the Rockets to get a shot up before the end of the quarter here. Holiday bringing it down, kicks it out to Okogie at the buzzer. No, they call the foul. They call the foul on Holiday as he was driving it into the lane. They are in the bonus, so Holiday's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Enfalidante. So Holiday's at the foul line for 2 free throws with 2.7 to go in the first. So again, the Hawks will get the ball back and have the opportunity to take at least one more shot here. They can rush it down the other end and get a heave off, or they're quick enough, get a decent 30, 40 footer off. Holiday knocks down the first one, knocks down the second one. A 4-point lead for an undersized, undermanned Houston Rockets team in this preseason finale. Trae Young, a 3-quarter score heave, and that will end the first quarter here. Cool. Solid first quarter, somewhat entertaining. We'll get through it. This game's going to heat up. Reed Sheppard started to heat up. Okogie got us started. Reed Sheppard kept us going. And I think we're going to be in for a fun game. I really do think that here in this preseason finale. We got today's game. We got tomorrow's Knicks game. Then we're done for the preseason, and we won't reconvene here again until Tuesday. We get NBA opening day, right? They call it opening week, but NBA opening day is the 21st, I believe, and then the Knicks game is the 22nd, the day after. We're going to be doing the first game on Tuesday. We won't be doing both. I thought about doing both. The reason we aren't going to be doing both is because we have tomorrow's Knicks game, which is 7:30. 7:30 start time against the Charlotte Hornets. Cool, awesome, fun. And then we have Tuesday, which we get Rockets Thunder, another Rockets game. And then we get Warriors Lakers. Now, I'm personally zero interest in this Warriors Lakers game. Zero interest. LeBron's out. Not a fan of this Lakers team at all. Not really a fan of the Warriors team all that much. We'll see how they go throughout the regular season. I'm not a big fan of them, and I'm not staying up till 1:30 in the morning to watch a game that I don't think is going to be very entertaining. I really, really don't. Unless Luka starts to go crazy, that'd be great opening night. But with LeBron out, with DeAndre Ayton, Luka and his ragtag bunch of dudes out there, I don't think they're a good defensive team. I could see this Lakers team getting their butts wiped on opening night against the Warriors. But that's just me. That's just me. So what we're going to do on Tuesday, NBA opening night, is we are going to watch the Rockets Thunder game. We're going to come on here. We're going to do the commentary for the Rockets Thunder team. Nazlan said, is LeBron hurt? Yes. For the first time in his 9,000-year career, LeBron will not be able to play the opening game of his team in the regular season. He's going to be out for probably a month or two with sciatica, which is an old person injury. You don't get that until you're old. You don't get sciatica until you're old, and LeBron's old. It might be this should be he should have announced his retirement, but that's on him. Maybe he'll be one of the only guys to come back from an injury like this. He's one of the only guys to ever get an injury like this, because people don't play basketball long enough where sciatica starts to become a real concern for them. Anyway, I don't really care. Not interested in the Lakers season whatsoever. I mean, if Luka really starts to go crazy this year, maybe I'll be interested in the Lakers, but outside of Luka, no interest in the Lakers. So we're probably going to do the Rockets Thunder game, 7:30, Tuesday, opening day, cool, fun. We're going to hang out. Hopefully that's a good game. It'll probably be a good game. Rockets are projected to be one of the true contending teams in the West. We know Thunder are the champions, so it's ring night for them. So that'll be great. We'll be able to watch that. And then Wednesday, we get our Knicks. Our Knicks opening day, 7 o'clock start time. So we'll be live at 6:30 as always, half an hour before to go through our pregame. And it'll be a real pregame. Real deal. Be going down, breaking down the two teams and how they match up against each other and the rotations between the two teams. So that'll be fun. And then, is there a late game we might be interested in? On Tuesday? On Wednesday, I mean? Maybe Timberwolves, Blazers, not really. Mavs, Spurs, we might be interested in. That is the second. So we might do 2 games in a row on Wednesday, but we'll see. Coming back into this game, by the way, that we are watching, Davison comes down and knocks down a 3 for the Rockets. They now go up by 7. Okay, start of the second quarter. Let's get it popping. They dump it down low to Porzingis. They show a double team. They kick it out. Kennard, he's open for another 3. Surprised that one didn't go down. Harris comes flying in for the rebound. Here we go. We're back into it. Let's get back to our game cast. Here we go. Boom. As the Rockets turn it over, just as I look away, Reza Shea coming down the other end in transition, pulling it back out. Inside of Porzingis, beautiful pass from Reza Shea. Quick little look away. Gets the nice interior pass over to Porzingis, strolling down the middle of the lane. He gets the layup to go. AB said Adam Silver, make sure the Lakers are okay. I think the Lakers are not going to be very good outside of Luka Doncic, which Luka's good enough. I don't think Luka's ever had an under 50-win season, I think. That's not true. Because they had the lottery pick when they tanked. But, oh my goodness, Zachary Reza Shea with a between-the-legs little quick step-back pull-up 3 for Zachary Reza Shea. He said, hold on, I'm still the first overall pick, and I've still been working on my game. Step back. Take this step-back 3 real quick. Cool, fun, entertaining. I appreciate it, Reza Shea. I'm a fan of Reza Shea. Josh Okogie trying to answer. Chucks up a shot extremely short. Barely grazes the front of the rim. Almost an air ball. Here comes Wallace bringing it down for the Hawks. Shovels it over to Porzingis, who mishandles it. And the Davison able to save it into his teammates. Okogie down the lane. Gets it knocked out of his hands. He picks it back up. Retreats behind the 3-point line. Out to Davison. Lines up a 3. Splashes it at the net. And the Rockets pull away yet again. 5-point lead for the Rockets. Doing a good job of keeping the Hawks away an arm's distance away. AB said, watch the free throw attempts. It is the Lakers, brother. It is the Lakers. Reza Shea has it up top, dancing with it against Harris. Step back again. They guard it better this time. They get it over to Dante. Dante puts up a ready hook, can't get it to go. Josh Green with the rebound. Quick hit ahead to Davison, leaning in. Can't get it to go. And it is a violation on Davison as the ball entered through the bottom of the rim as he lost his balance and tried to flip it up at the rim. Keaton Wallace bringing it down for the Hawks. The brother of Kason Wallace, by the way, if you didn't know. Wallace gets it up top to Kennard, back to Wallace, trying to feed Porzingis. Wallace coming to his right. Porzingis doesn't set the screen. Instead flares out to the 3-point line on the right wing for good reason. He steps behind that thing and knocks down that 3 on the pick and pop. 9:20 to go here in the second quarter. J.D. Davison has it up top. Dancing with it. In and out dribble. Step back 3. He's feeling it like that. Former G League MVP. Can't get it to go down. Toilet bowled out, in and out, halfway down. Couldn't get it to stay. Here comes Wallace bringing it down the other way. Wallace hands it off to Reza Shea. Catches, pump fakes. Being guarded by Harris. Jab step. Driving to his right. Spins to his left. Little fall away out of the mid-range. Beautiful move. Got it to go down. Okay, Reza Shea, show me the moves then. I've been waiting for the moves. He's starting to show off some of the moves. Aaron Holiday bringing it down. Gets it over to Green. Green gets it over to Davison. I want to see Davison start to take off then. G League MVP. That's what I'm talking about. Tried to get it over to Jeff Green, but knocked out of bounds by Porzingis. Reed Shepard subbing back in. Okay, Reed Shepard. Davis is subbing out. I want to see Shepard and Davison in there together. Noah Linden, what's up, Noah? Reza Shea will be elite 3-and-D guy. Maybe. Maybe. Possibly an all-star. Maybe. He wasn't the first overall pick for nothing. He's got that potential. He's got that level potential. For sure. Reed Shepard bringing it down, coming to his left off the screen. Throws up a little floater off his left leg. Gets it to go down. Reed Shepard picking up right where he left off. Let me get buckets then, Reed. Go get them buckets. Keaton Wallace has it up top. Gets it over to Reza Shea. Reza Shea inside to Porzingis, being guarded by Reed Shepard. They bring a double team quickly. Knocks it out of his hands. Good hands from, who is that? Matthews? Good hands from Matthews on the Rockets. Shepard now bringing it down. Directing a little bit of traffic. Playing the pick and roll with Josh Okogie. Back to Okogie, who picks and pops, pump fakes, swings through, down the lane, Euro steps, reverse layup, got it to go. Josh Okogie and Reed Sheppard taking it right to the Atlanta Hawks here tonight. 41-37. Josh Okogie up to 13 points, 4 for 7 from the field. He is hooping. We're under 8 minutes to go here. Never restarted the timer. We'll sync it right back up. They spray it out. Reza Shea puts up a left wing three. Didn't hit anything. Airmailed it. But made sure that mail was delivered right to Kristaps Porzingis' hands as he gets fouled on the putback attempt. So he's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws now. Reed Sheppard looking incredibly comfortable out there. I like it. I like it a lot. $7:44 to go here in the second quarter. Porzingis is at the foul line for 2 free throws. He knocks down the first one. Porzingis knocks down the first one. He's got one more coming. Gets it to go down. Two-point game, 41-39. Here in the second quarter, about 7:30 to go. Holiday has it up top. We got Holiday, Crawford, Reed Sheppard, Matthews, and Okogie out there. Crawford's looking to attack off the bounce. They get it out to Matthews, back over to Sheppard. Sheppard coming to his right. They trap him, spring it up top to Holiday. Shot clock winding down. Got to make something out of nothing. Flips it up with the right hand. Can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. Knocked out of bounds by Holiday, so it's going to go back to the Hawks. Ace Anua coming in for the Atlanta Hawks for Porzingis. The Hawks have Ace Anua, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Luke Kennard, and Keaton Wallace out there. Wallace up top being guarded by Holiday, coming to his right up the screen. Now up top, Okongwu was in for the Hawks as well. He was the 5th. Alexander-Walker gets it over to Wallace. Wallace dancing with it. Now coming to his left, kicks it out. Kennard, a left wing three. Just enough daylight again. Doing a bad job of closing out on Luke Kennard. I mean, that guy is we went over, a 43% three-point shooter. Can't leave him open. And then Matthews gets called for a loose ball foul, just pushing off on Kennard, trying to come up and set the screen. Under 7 to go now. We're going to get a timeout from the Atlanta Hawks. We're going to take a little bit of a breather. Get it? I get it. A little fast-paced action. Luke Kennard has the most dangerous skill on the court. He's the best three-point shooter by far of anybody on the court right now. And that's the guy you left open. I know they had some movement. I know they were coming off from some screens. I know there was some confusion. There's some guys out there who haven't played together. They're trying to make the NBA overall and whatnot. I get it. Boy, oh boy, do you not leave Luke Kennard. Don't leave his body. If you are guarding Luke Kennard, you don't have help responsibility. Stay with him. I like Reza Shea, but the all-star thing, like he has that level of potential. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, he was the first overall pick for a reason. But in order to be an all-star, in my opinion, you got to be able to put it down on the floor. And so far, he has not shown the propensity as a ball handler, as a guy with the ball in his hands to make that leap. 3-and-D guy seems to be his natural role. Can he rise above that and reach his full potential? We'll see. We'll see. I'm feeling pretty good today. Thursday, tomorrow's our last preseason day, finally. Preseason's been a bit of a slog. Started off fun, and then we got into the middle junk of the preseason, and now we're at the tail end of it. Tomorrow's our final day. I'm excited for it. Get Knicks basketball back. It's been a while. I don't like the Knicks preseason schedule this year at all. It was way too spaced out. It was like 3-4 days in between every game, outside of the first two, which were in Abu Dhabi, which is part of the reason why they gave the Knicks a spaced out preseason schedule. Didn't like it whatsoever. Went way too many days in between Knicks games. Don't like it. Happy that the regular season is starting, and we're going to be, for the most part, pretty much every other day with the Knicks. And obviously, we're streaming Monday through Saturday, so we'll still be squeezing in other NBA games, but finally get Knicks basketball back every other day. We'll have the weekend off and whatnot, obviously, right? We talked about this, but I do want to look at the Knicks schedule real quick before we come back. Actually, we might save this for halftime, but we had October 2nd, October 4th, right? The 2 days in a row. Get these Apple ads out of here. We don't care. Don't care. We had Thursday, Saturday. So we had 1 day in between, or 2 days in between each game. And then we had 5 days, damn near a week, until we played Minnesota. And then we had 4 days until we played Washington. And now we're going to have 4 days, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday afternoon. 4 days until we play Washington. Crazy preseason schedule, right? 3 or 4 days in between each game sucks. So, happy to be back with the regular season schedule. Again, we'll go through the Knicks regular season schedule during the halftime. Why did I do that? During the halftime, and we'll be able to look to see what our schedule will kind of be looking like. Here we go. Checking right back in. Alexander Walker has it up top. Hits Okongwu comeback door, and Reed Sheppard breaks it up. Also, I got that wrong scene up. My bad. Here we go. We're back into it. Reed Sheppard breaks it up. Reed Sheppard now with the hesitation puts it up over Okongwu. Reed Sheppard is cooking with gas tonight. He is hooping on him. Absolutely. Taking it right to the Houston Rockets. Him and Josh Okogie pairing up as they force yet another turnover, this time on the rookie Asa Newell. Holiday bringing it down over to Sheppard. He's going to put up another one. He's feeling it. Can't get it to go. It's the Reed Sheppard, Josh Okogie show here tonight. Alexander Walker bringing it down the other way. Gets it over to Young. Trae Young down the lane, draws the foul. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Six minutes to go. Halfway through this second quarter. Trae Young knocks down the first free throw. He has the opportunity to tie it for his team. Trae Young, a knockdown free throw shooter, made the first one, makes the second one. Tied at 44 with 6 minutes to go. Reed Sheppard bringing it down the other way. What do you got for me on this possession? He's got Alexander Walker on him. You're going to try and slow him down now. Alexander Walker, ball denial, not allowing him to catch it. Now gets it over to Sheppard. Sheppard up top. Gets hit. Jeff Green comes to the rim, kicks it out. Isaiah Crawford in the corner, can't get it to go. Reed Sheppard comes flying in for the putback layup. Reed Sheppard is all over the court right now. I'm loving it. I'm loving the Reed Sheppard experience. Keith Modeste, what's up, Keith? Can't wait for the season's opener to repay the Cavs. Can't wait for it. Reed Sheppard gets a steal. Reed Sheppard was so surprising. Oh my goodness, I almost choked on my water. Reed Sheppard's performance has been so incredible. Trae Young answers right back with the three. Sheppard got a steal and got out on the fast break all by himself for a two-handed slam. Trae Young answers back with the three of his own, so it's a one-point game. I hit the wrong button. Sorry about that. Oof, my goodness, I'm dying over here. Sheppard on the right wing, dancing with it against Okongwu, picks up his handle, cross-court pass to Green. He steps behind the three-point line, a left wing three. He splashes it off a nice read from Mr. Reed himself, Reed Sheppard. Trae Young dancing with it. He's going to go for the pull-up three on the right wing. Can't get it to go. He's looking to answer the Reed Sheppard's performance right now. Reed Sheppard hesitates from 30 feet out, gets it over to Davison, driving it down. Can't get the layup to go over Asa Newell. Newell with the rebound, quick outlet to Young. Young takes it out to the corner for a Luke Kennard three. Can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. And Matthews rips it away from Asa Newell. Here comes Reed Sheppard bringing it down. Sheppard coming to his left, driving it down in the lane. Slips and falls, but saves it over to Crawford, and Crawford gets the layup to go. And again, Reed Sheppard attracting three different Hawks defenders as he broke down the defense, getting it over to his teammates for an easy layup. And Alexander Walker on the other end gets the layup to go and the foul as he had two defenders fly by him, and he was able to take the contact and finish anyway. We got 4 minutes to go here into the second quarter. Alexander Walker is going to go to the foul line for one more. I'm still struggling after that. After that Reed Shepherd steal in the front court, my goodness. Alexander Walker does knock down his free throw. So it's a one possession, 3-point game. Aaron Holiday bringing it down. Over to Okogie, over to Davison. They take Reed Shepherd out. I don't like that. Let Reed Shepherd end the quarter. Wait, he's feeling it. Spray it out to Isaiah Crawford. Good relocation and finds himself wide open on the right wing. He can't knock it down, though. Here comes Alexander Walker, pushing it off the Okongwu rebound, putting his head down, attacking. Can't get the layup to go, but does draw the foul on Josh Okogie. So he's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Alexander Walker at the foul line. He knocks down the first free throw. He can cut it to a 1-point game. Spurs at Mavs is going to be a fun game. So we might do the Cavs-Knicks game, obviously, and then transition ourselves into Spurs-Mavericks. That's going to be a fun one. That's going to be a fun one. Alexander Walker knocks down both free throws, cutting it back to a 1-point game. Crazy what happens when you take my man Reed Shepherd out of the game. Put my man back in. We're here for Reed Shepherd tonight. Aaron Holiday up top, dancing with it. Sprays it out to Okogie. Okogie, jab step, driving to his left, spins to his right, down the lane, gets blocked by Alexander Walker, reads a shade with the rebound. He's pushing the other way, gets it back to Alexander Walker, spins off the defender, kicks it over to Trae Young, left corner 3. Can't get it to go, long rebound over to Green. Quick hit ahead to Okogie, now over to Davison. He's going to drive it down and get the nice scoop layup to go. And the foul for J.D. Davison. Athletic move from J.D. there. If you remember his high school mixtapes, J.D. Davison does have that level of athleticism in him, doesn't utilize it in the same way he did in high school just because he's playing against athletes that are much, much better than him. But J.D. Davison is still that guy. Still very good athlete out there. Does knock down his and one free throw, giving them a 4-point lead. Trae Young up top. Over the top pass to Porzingis rolling to the rim. Gets an easy dunk out of it. No big man really down there able to contest Porzingis. Gets the easy dunk. Great pass from Trae Young on the slipping Porzingis. Slipped the screen. Holiday up top. Dancing with it. Got nowhere to go. He's going to wind down a little bit of clock here. Sprays it out to Davison. He's going to pump fake. Attack Alexander Walker with the bounce. Pump fakes. Spins. Tries to kick it out. Ball back into Holiday's hands after the deflection. All the way to the rim. Kicks it out to Jeff Green. Jeff Green in the corner. Pump fakes. Sidestep, and they call the travel on Uncle Jeff Green. I don't know, ref. If Uncle Jeff Green says that's illegal, I'm going to go with Uncle Jeff Green on that. If Uncle Jeff Green says you could take 5 steps off a pump fake before you put the ball on the floor again, I might go with Uncle Jeff Green on that. He's been around too long. AP said, I haven't heard Kevin Durant's name all night. Well, that's because the Houston Rockets aren't playing anybody, AP. You haven't heard anybody's name because ain't nobody playing for the Rockets. It is the Reed Shepherd, Josh Okogie show. AP said, I still never wanted to trade KP. I still never wanted KP traded. He had to go. He had to go. He was a child. He was acting like a child. The trade package they got for Porzingis was terrible. Don't like that, but he had to go for sure. He had to go for sure. It hurt in the moment. I didn't want him traded in the moment either. When you look back at it, hindsight is 20/20. They ultimately made the right move moving off of him. They didn't make the right move in terms of the package they took, but you definitely needed to trade KP at the time. That he was acting like a spoiled brat. Get him out of there. Also, didn't do a whole lot once he left. Didn't do anything with Dallas. Got shipped to Washington. Got traded to Boston. Made Boston seem like a juggernaut. And then was injured during their playoff run, and they won the championship anyway without him. So cool. Didn't really do much after that. Kay Hazy said Porzingis looks weird in that uniform. I mean, I thought Porzingis looked weird in any uniform not with that didn't have New York across the chest. I thought he looked weird. He looked pretty good in the Boston uniform. Like that looked, giant, tall, white guy, Boston uniform made sense. But I thought he looked weird in the Dallas uniform. He looked really weird in the Washington uniform, and he looks a little weird in the Atlanta uniform. Sure, yeah, I can see that. K. Hazy said, I read that. Porzingis looks weird in that uniform for sure. AP said, is Kevin Durant the second oldest player in the league? I think he is. Yeah, LeBron's number 1 because he's been in the league about 4 billion years. KD right behind him, he's been in the league about 3 billion years. If I type in oldest active players in the NBA. No. He's not even in the top 5. He's not even in the top 5, AP. Check this out. Whoa, I didn't. Hey, man, there's a lot of players older than Kevin Durant out there. LeBron's number 1. We know this. About 9 billion years old, LeBron. Chris Paul's number 2. Kyle Lowry's number 3. PJ Tucker is number 4. Mike Conley is number 5. He's not even in the top 5. He's not even in the... He is. He's number 6. Jeff Green is number 7. Kevin Durant's number 6. This is a list from oldest to youngest, obviously. Man, he's old. Man, he is old. But not that old. I mean, obviously, he's super old. All these players are old. But I did not expect him to not even be in the top 5? Not even in the top 5 is crazy. Reed Shepard checked back in for the final 2:30. Trae Young up top. Cross-court pass. Okongwu, right corner 3. They're going to live with it. And they shouldn't, because Okongwu splashes that right corner 3 there. 1-point lead for Atlanta now. It's been a back-and-forth affair all night long. Jeff Green has it up top, coming to his right. Putting his head down, attacking to the rim. Draws the foul. He did get blocked by Porzingis, but draws the foul on, who is that, Riza Shea. So Jeff Green is going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws at about 2 minutes to go. AP said LeBron went from youngest player to the oldest. I think LeBron is technically the youngest player to ever debut in the NBA. And I think. I mean, obviously, he came in right out of high school. There's a couple of you came right out of high school. He might not be the youngest ever. I might have to look that one up, too. But, yeah, he is inching closer to oldest player ever. I think he's played the most seasons in NBA history. I don't think he's the oldest. Wasn't Kevin Willis like 44 by the time he retired? Youngest NBA debut ever. Porzingis has it down low. Tries to swing it out to the corner. Reed Shepard picks it off. Gets the bounce pass to Davison to the rim. Gets the layup to go. And Reed Shepard has been dominant. He's got 18 points so far. We're going to go through the box score. 60-57. Trae Young has it up top, dancing with it. Sprays it over to Alexander Walker. Inside pass to Okongwu. Can't get the layup to go over Jeff Green. Bad decision. Should have just took that floater in the middle of the lane, and Reed Shepard tried to hit Davison, cut to the rim. A bad pass. One of the, something negative I've said about Reed Shepard all night long, and a beautiful pass. Oh, my goodness. From Trae Young, nutmegging the defender. Who was that? Was that Davison? Between the defender's legs, bounce pass into Riza Shea, cut to the rim. Drops it off to Porzingis for an easy one-handed slam. And Shepard has it up top, being guarded by Alexander Walker, an excellent perimeter defender. Comes off the screen, a step-back 3 for Shepard. Comes up short. Porzingis and Okongwu snatch the rebound together. That was cute. Trae Young hits Alexander Walker, cutting down the middle of the lane, goes up, gets blocked by Okogie. He's looking for a foul call. A lot of contact, no foul call. Here comes Jeff Green coming the other way. Can't get the layup to go. Okogie, excuse me. Can't get the tip to go. The Hawks on the other end push it ahead. Can't get the 3 to go from Alexander Walker, but Riza Shea standing under the basket by himself off the push. The Rockets don't get back on defense. He gets the easy two-handed putback, and Reed Shepard will bring it down. Final 30 seconds of the second quarter here, right before halftime. Shepard has it up top, being guarded by Riza Shea. And he's going to wind down the clock as much as possible. About a 7-second difference between game clock and shot clock. Riza Shea attacking to his left. Goes to the reverse layup. Can't get it to go. Good defense from Reza Shea. Home run pass to Alexander Walker. He goes to the reverse layup. He can't get it to go. Fight for the loose ball rebound. Reza Shea, step back, left wing three, well contested. Can't get it to go. And that is the end of the first half there. 61-60. Back and forth affair. Atlanta goes in with a 1-point lead after Houston led for a majority of that second quarter there. That's fun. That's fun. Fun game so far. AP said now the players in my age bracket are the Kobe Bryant's, Vince Carter's of the world. Allen Iverson is 50 years old now. Yep. Yep. The youngest NBA player ever was Andrew Bynum. I did know that. Andrew Bynum, yeah. He had just turned 18 when he debuted, Andrew Bynum. The second one was Jermaine O'Neal. Third was Kobe, 18 years, 72 days. Fourth was Darko Milicic, really, at 18. Fifth was a guy by the name of Stan Brown. Oh, he made his debut in 1947 as the Warriors faced the Providence Steamrollers. Okay. I guess we're counting Stan Brown. Shout out Stan Brown. Bill Willoughby. I'm sure y'all would want to see this list. Bill Willoughby. AB said, I remember Kevin Garnett coming out of high school. I'm sure we'll get to Kevin Garnett in a minute. This list is filled with all kinds of guys coming out of high school. Bill Willoughby, 18 years, 156 days. Again, 1975 draft. Out of Englewood, New Jersey? Yes, sir. My man, Bill Willoughby. New Jersey native. Yes, sir. Love to see it. Tracy McGrady, of course. Yaroslav Korolev, 18 years for the Clippers out of Russia. Andres Biedrins, interesting. CJ Miles, really? CJ Miles, okay. LeBron didn't even make the list. LeBron didn't even make the list. How old was LeBron? I mean, the number 10 here was 18 years, 241 days. Was LeBron damn near 19 when he debuted? That can't be. This is NBA.com, unless I missed him. Number 1 is Andrew Bynum, Jermaine O'Neal, Kobe, Darko Milicic, Stan Brown, Bill Willoughby, Tracy McGrady, Korolev, Biedrins, and CJ Miles. Wow. Wow. AB said, I think LeBron was 18. I remember hearing about the kid coming out. He was 18, but apparently not even close to being one of the youngest. You know, all of this is separated by days at this point. The youngest was Andrew Bynum, who had just turned 18, 18 years and 6 days when he made his NBA debut. Which is crazy. So he was drafted when he was 17 years old and made his debut at 18. Maybe said the guy could not have been a 19-year-old coming out of high school. No, but he could have been 19 when he made his NBA debut. Could have graduated at 18, depending on when his birthday is, obviously. Where was the list? That's on NBA.com. I guess we can go to Wikipedia. Oldest player ever, right? This is old now. Go to old. He was 45 years old, playing in the NBA. Kevin Willis. I was right about Kevin Willis. My man, Nat Hickey, holds the record, being 45 years old, playing in the NBA, but that was back in 1948. Right, so he played. He like started. Didn't the league start technically like 1946? So he started when he was like 43 years old or something like that. Nat Hickey, okay, so he technically doesn't count. But Kevin Willis, I was right, played till he was 44 years old. I was right about that. Robert Parrish played at 43. Vince Carter was 43 when he was playing. Udonis was 42. But LeBron, where's LeBron rank? He is now all the way down here. He is 40. He'll be 41 this year, so he'll jump the list. He'll get to like Stockton, Herb Jones range. Cool, but let's go all the way down to youngest. Now the youngest list, hold on. The youngest list, Andrew Bynum, we went over. Jermaine O'Neal, Jim Brown, Kobe Bryant, Darko Milicic, Stan Brown, Bill Willoughby, Tracy McGrady, Korolev, Biedrins, C.J. Miles, Amir Johnson, Daryl Dawkins, Joe Grabowski. We're not even close to LeBron yet. Ulrich Chomchi. He's a new player. LeBron James was 18 years old and 303 days, so he was 2 months away from turning 19 when he made his NBA debut. Giannis was also 18 when he made his debut. He was about to turn 19. Eddie Curry, Dwight Howard, Josh Smith, Jalen Duren was 18. Sekou Doumbouya, shout out Doumbouya. Martell Webster, Rob Swift, Dragan Bender, really? Dragan Bender at 18. Marcel Lampe, remember Lampe? Al Harrington, wow, I didn't know Al Harrington came out of high school, 18 years old, made his NBA debut. Devin Booker was still technically 18. He was about to turn, literally had 2 days before his birthday at 18 years old for Devin Booker. AB said, yeah, I know he was 18, but I knew he was drafted when he was 18, but I didn't technically know how old he was when he made his NBA debut. I think it's crazy that we're always like, oh, LeBron scored all these points because he came in so young. It's like, he's not even in the top 15 of youngest players in the NBA. That's crazy. That's crazy. I did not know that. Let's go with the box score real quick. Go over the box score. You want to go here? No, let's go over here. Let's go all the way back to our preseason. A little preseason slate here. This is a close game now. Before we get to our game, let's look at it. Zion with 18. There he goes. I was asking Zion to step up. 9 for 11 from the field. 6 assists, 5 boards, a steal. He does have 4 turnovers. 18 points, though, for him. Jordan Poole has 21. Stepping up. Helping out his team. Trey Murphy with 18. No Herb Jones. No, Herb Jones is playing. He's got 7. Don't have much of a bench tonight, it looks like. Von Looney's still not playing. We go down to the Magic. Expected to be a big old problem in the East. 17 for Banchero, 21 for Wagner, 12 for Wendell Carter Jr. Desmond Bane with only 6. Where does Desmond Bane fit in on this team? AB said, finally, Zion is showing up. I mean, we tried watching the Pelicans game the other night, and it wasn't all that entertaining. Zion didn't do a whole lot. He had like 13 points or something like that. It was fine. But he wasn't spectacular. Jace Richardson off the bench. Jet Howard off the bench. Anthony Black has 9. All right. Goga Batadze doing his thing. We go over to Washington, Detroit. Sarr with 10. Alex Sarr finally playing. Keyshawn George finally playing. He's got 20. Chris Middleton's out there. 0 for 7 from the field. 0 for 2 from three-point range. 3 points. He does have 4 boards and 4 assists. The professional out there. CJ McCollum. He's out there hooping 17 points, 4 boards, 2 assists. Okay. Bub Carrington in only 4 minutes. I guess Bub Carrington got hurt. Truly unfortunate for the Washington Wizards with Bub Carrington getting hurt there. Corey Kispert's coming in. He got 12. Marvin Bagley off the bench got 8. Sham Penny with 3. O'Reilly, Trey Johnson. Trey Johnson off the bench. 1 for 7 from the field. 0 for 3 from three-point range. He's got 2 points. Not a great performance from the rookie there. The Detroit Pistons. Jalen Duren with 20. Cade Cunningham with 16 and 12. Ooh, Cade Cunningham about to have a crazy year. 16 and 12 for Mr. Cade Cunningham. Okay, I see you, Cade. I see you. Ron Holland in 15 minutes. 0s across the board. He does have 3 rebounds. Not doing a whole lot. Does have 3 turnovers. That's not good. Dennis Jenkins looking good. Then we get down to our game. We'll go through the rest of the box scores in a second. Noah London said Cade might lead the league in assists this year. I wouldn't put it past him, but Trae Young and Jokic stand in his way. I could see him maybe averaging more than Jokic, but Trae Young is I think Trae Young is gonna with the amount of talent he has. I think Trae Young might average like 12 assists this year. J.D. Davison tonight for the Houston Rockets. 11 points off the bench. He's been the only guy to score off the bench. They've only played Matthews and Harris. Everyone else is resting. Durant's out. Finney Smith is out. Jabari Smith Jr. is out. Easton's out. Thompson's out. No Jayshawn Tate. I guess they're holding him out. Maybe he's injured. Steven Adams out. Clint Capella's out. Şengün is out. Fred VanVleet is out. So they're holding out the entirety of their rotation and only going to an 8-man rotation tonight. Unfortunate. Reed Shepard is going off, though. 18 points, 4 steals, 3 assists, 4 rebounds, doing a little bit of everything. He does have a block, only 2 turnovers. I mean, Reed Shepard's been spectacular. He is getting a little bit of help from J.D. Davison and Josh Okogie. Okogie got it started. Reed Shepard picked up for him. Okogie with 13 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 3 blocks. He's been all over the place. Okogie, big energy defensive guy, and then occasionally can be a decent offensive player, but he's filling up the stat sheet for sure, but it's really been the Reed Shepard show. And then when we go down to the Hawks, they are playing some of their guys. Trae Young, 8 points, 4 turnovers, 5 assists. This is always going to be the issue with Trae Young with the 4 turnovers. That is something you can't really do. It is preseason, so I'm not going to get on him too much, but we do know, based off of history, that before we get back from halftime, I did say I wanted to go over the Knicks schedule going into the regular season, but outside of that, I mean, Nickeil Alexander-Walker's got 10. Nickeil Alexander-Walker's got 10. Okongwu only has 3 in his 16 minutes with 6 rebounds, a steal, a block. Okay, minimal impact so far. Reza Shea, I thought, has been pretty damn good, all over the place. 13 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. Solid, cool. Also a block with the 2 steals, so 3 stocks overall. I think he's been really solid. Kristaps Porzingis has been really solid. 14 points, 7 rebounds, a block, a lot of rim turns, but he does have 3 turnovers. Trae Young with 4 turnovers. Alexander Walker with the 3 turnovers, so not great there. Alexander Walker did, chipping in with 10 points. Off the bench, not getting a lot of help. Between Luke Kennard with the 6 points, Dante with 2, Austin Newell with 2, Vic Krejci hit a 3, but not getting a ton of production off the bench outside of Luke Kennard, 2 threes. But obviously, some of the bench guys are in the starting rotation tonight, like Okongwu, like Alexander Walker, in the starting rotation with some of the guys sitting out. So the bench will be bolstered. Bench will be bolstered for the regular season. I did want to go over the Knicks' regular season schedule so we could see how often, because I believe they play a game and then they have 2 days off before their next game. But let's look to see the way it starts. Take a look at the way it starts here. No, it's an every other day thing. So normally we don't stream on Sundays, but we do have a Heat game on Sunday at 6 o'clock? 6 o'clock start time. So we got Cleveland Wednesday, Boston Friday, Miami Sunday, Milwaukee Tuesday. So again, every other day. Every other day in the regular season. I love to see that. So we're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 1, 2, 3, 4 games of every other day, and then we'll have 2 days off between the Milwaukee and Chicago game. We'll have Wednesday and Thursday off until we play Friday. But again, we're going to be streaming every day, so we'll fill in the gaps there. We do have a Sunday game, so maybe we won't do the Saturday game. I'll take Saturday off so we can do the Sunday game. But after that, we'll do Monday through Saturday, regular schedule. No, we have another Sunday game, so we're taking Saturdays off instead of Sunday for the start of the year. No, for a while, because we got a bunch of Sunday games this year. All right, maybe it's just the first 3 Sundays, another Sunday game, another Sunday game, another Sunday game. So here's what's going to happen. I'm either going to take Sunday off or I'm going to take Saturday off. I need 1 day a week. So we're going to take Sunday off or Saturday off. If the Knicks play Sunday, we'll take Saturday off. If they play Saturday, we'll take Sunday off. So we'll figure that out. Not a big deal. We'll take one of the weekend days off. But I'm ready to go. I hope you guys are ready to go. Start of the year, we play Cleveland, Boston, Miami, Milwaukee, Chicago, Washington, and then a really good team in Minnesota. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 winnable games. Well, Cleveland's really good. We're starting the year against Cleveland, obviously. So if we can beat Cleveland and we can beat Boston And you got to beat Milwaukee, which I'm not worried about Milwaukee if Anunoby's ready to go. Just because, and Robinson's ready to go, just because we got a good matchup against them. I think the Knicks could truly start 5-2. 5-2 at worst. Should be able to start 5-2 at worst. Right? Don't want to be 4-3. 5-2 is a lot better than 4-3. Right? 4-3 is one game over 500. So start off 5-2 and I'll be happy. Beat Cleveland opening night. That'd be fun. That'd be great. Beat Boston. Don't let Boston come in and beat you. Obviously, right? You beat them out of the playoffs, so they're going to be looking for some semblance of revenge. So here we go. Start of the third quarter. Let's get ready. Go back here. Go back to our game cast. Pull it out just a little bit. Here we go. Ready to go. We're ready to go. Boom. Jeff Green fires a left wing three. Can't get it to go to get us started. Chucked up a brick, but a foul on the floor against the Hawks. Loose ball foul on Okongwu, fighting for a rebound. They get it in the Green. Green gets it over to Shepherd. Shepherd trying to pick up where he left off. Can't get that pull-up three to go off the screen. Porzingis with the rebound. Quick outlet to Alexander Walker. He's bringing it down. He has it up top. He's going to dance with it against Crawford. Stop, turn, spin. Great dig down for Reed Shepherd, and we get a jump ball. Reed Shepherd, look, I'm going to give him all the flowers for his offensive game. We're all going to do that. We know he can shoot the three. We know he can be a little offensive dynamo if he really starts to get it going. I'm going to tip my cap over to Reed Shepherd for his defense tonight. He's been all over the floor defensively. All over the floor. The Rockets win the tip, and Okogie will bring it down here. Okogie gets it over to Green, gets it over to Shepherd. Shepherd gets it over to Holiday. Holiday being guarded by Reza Shea, trying to put length on the ball handler. Driving it down to his right, leaves it off for Crawford, coming to the rim. Gets the nice layup to go. Good job maneuvering around the shot blocker and Okongwu to get that layup to go for Crawford. And great delivery from Holiday to Crawford. Compliments all around. I'm in a complimentary mood tonight. Compliments all around to everybody on that play. Over to Porzingis out by the half-court line. Good job by the Rockets to force him to catch it out there. Porzingis throws it over to nobody as Reza Shea and Porzingis miscommunicate there. Thought you were going left. He ended up going right. Porzingis throws the ball out of bounds. Here come the Rockets bringing it down the other way. 10:40 to go here in the first quarter. We're starting to get it moving here in the second half. Holiday gets it over to Green, gets it over to Shepherd. Shepherd holding on to it, gets it over to Jeff Green, back to Shepherd, walked into a straightaway three off the handoff, way off on that one. It looks like Reed Shepherd chasing that three-point shot right now, though. He is getting decent looks that he can knock down, but it looks like he's chasing it a little bit. Get it over to Reza Shea. Reza Shea's going to drive it down through the contact, blows the layup of Porzingis right there for the tip up and in, as Houston has no bigs down low. And Porzingis should be able to feast down there in the paint. Here comes Holiday. He has it up top, pulling it all the way back out, calling for a screen. Now driving to his left, rejecting the screen, kicks it out to Jeff Green, who relocates for a three, pick and pop, gets it to go. Old man Jeff Green still getting it going, baby. Still getting it going. Love to see that. Home run pass over to Reza Shea down low. They don't get back on defense, but Reza Shea blows the dunk, gets it back, gets the layup to go. Tied at 65. Home run pass to Okogie, left corner three. And we're just jogging up and down the court now. Okay. Is this what the second half is going to be? We're just going to jog it up and down the court? I'm trying to tell y'all, preseason glorified scrimmages. Should not care about the score one bit, y'all. Reza Shea fires a left wing three, can't get it to go, fight for the rebound. Holiday doing a good job taking away from Porzingis. Hit ahead to Shepherd. Shepherd's going to drive it down. One-legged floater. Can't get it to go. Alexander Walker with the rebound. Gets it over to Trae Young. Trae Young down the lane, draws the foul. Can't get the floater to go, but he's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. A 3-point lead for Houston right now. Atlanta can cut it to do with Trae Young at the foul line for 2 free throws. 9:18 to go. I never started my timer. I thought I restarted it. 9:18 to go. We'll sing it back up while Trae Young shooting these free throws. We'll get there. I know it's a side out of bounds. They didn't say it's in the act of shooting. So now Trae Young has it up top. Coming to is right up the Porzingis screen. Driving it down. Trying to draw the foul there. He doesn't get it. Aaron Holiday with the rebound. Trae Young is in disbelief in the backcourt. Now it's a 2-on-1 fast break. Home run pass to Crawford. He gets the layup to go. And a timeout from Atlanta. Trae Young very upset. Quinn Snyder, Coach Snyder, very upset with the officials. Not giving Trae Young that foul call there. 9 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Houston comes out up by 5 to start the third quarter, start the second half. If we look at the Knicks schedule, pretty somewhat. Cleveland's a good game. Boston's a good game. Milwaukee will be a tough game. Going down it. We'll see how healthy Memphis is. Minnesota will be a tough game. Orlando will be a tough game. Dallas will be a tough game. Orlando again. Milwaukee, Boston. So I'm naming what, like 6 or 7 games so far. Orlando until we get to Christmas here. Indiana will be a tough game. We'll see what Philly is like health-wise going into the Christmas Day game against Cleveland. We are at Minnesota on the 23rd. And then we're versus back home against Cleveland for Christmas. All right. All right. AP reminding people the thumbs up. Appreciate you, AP. I appreciate you, man. So when we get to Cleveland, I'm expecting about 8, 9, let's say 10. Let's give it 10, right? Let's give it 10. Anthony Cordova with the subscription. Appreciate you, Anthony. Hope you're having a good time tonight. Appreciate you, man. On a night where got very low viewer numbers, perfectly understandable. Houston Rockets versus the Atlanta Hawks in a preseason battle in which everybody sat for Houston. Don't expect a ton of people to be tuning into this one here tonight, but it is what it is. You get what you get with preseason games. I understand that. I'm just dying for the regular season to start, so I appreciate you coming through and subscribing, Anthony. Hope you're having a good time tonight. We do games Monday through Saturday, so we will be live almost every night during the regular season. But if I give the Knicks about 10 games that are tough, let's say they go, I'm going to even say they go maybe 4-6 in those games, right? I'll go on the lesser side just because I know it's going to be a rough start for the Knicks to start the year with all the new offensive stuff that they're trying to implement and maybe some, resting Robinson and some lineup shenanigans that'll take place during the regular season, especially to start, as we kind of figure out what's going on with the team and the roster and the rotations and all of that with all the newness of Mike Brown. So I'll give them 4-6 against those tough matchups. Let's say they even maybe go only a little bit over 500. Actually, they should win probably like 70 to 80% of those games. So I'm expecting them to be 7-8 games over 500 going into the Christmas Day game. Does that sound outlandish? 7-8 games over 500? That is, let me count it out real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28 games. So if they are in 28 games, as Trae Young weaves his way down low, leaves it off for Okongwu for an and-one layup. So if there's 28 games, including the Christmas Day game, 28 games on Christmas Day, I'm expecting the Knicks to be 17-10. 17-10 going into Christmas is my goal. 17-10. Trae Young comes up with a steal off the missed free throw from Okongwu. Hit ahead to Alexander Walker. Ulloa steps down the lane, gets the layup to go. So what was initial 3-point play now turns into a 4-point play. It's now a 1-point game, 70-69. Aaron Holiday on the right wing, driving it down, gets fouled by Okongwu. I'm going to write that down. 17-10. 18-10. They should be 18-10. 18-10 going into Christmas or after the Christmas Day game. I'm going to write that down right here. That's our goal. That is our goal. 18-10. Reed Shepard down the lane, and just like Trae Young, beat the defense, left it off for, who is that? Okogie. And Okogie gets the big one-handed hammer, same way Okongwu did, and Porzingis spots up for a 3 in transition. He can get it to go. Holiday has it up top, driving to his right, being guarded by Rizachet. They get it over to Okogie. He's got Trae Young on him. Backing him down, spins right off of him in the lane. He's got 3 defenders around him, sprays it out to Shepard, pump fakes, driving along the baseline, leaves it off. Aaron Holiday, wide open for 3, comes up short, can't get it to go. Trae Young with the rebound. And Trae Young will bring it down. Crossing over to his left, pull up 3, in rhythm, well short, can't get it to go. Jeff Green with the rebound, home run pass to Okogie, home run pass to Holiday, beat Trae Young down the court, got an easy layup out of it. And just like that, 5-point lead for the Rockets after Atlanta called that timeout. Rizachet tries to get it down low to Okongwu, and look, Okongwu and Porzingis, they got the opposite front line against them is Jeff Green and Josh Okogie, and these guys can't take advantage of their size matchup right now. Not a good sign for Atlanta. I know it's a preseason game. They're not going to force anything and whatnot. It's going to be a lot different than the regular season. I understand that, but not liking some of the softness offensively that I've seen from these bigs right now. They're really missing Jalen Johnson the same way they did last year. As they try to lob it into Porzingis, he can't get the little push floater, tip in to go. Jeff Green with the rebound, they spray it out. Isaiah Crawford, a 3 in the left wing, gets it to go, nothing but net. And the Rockets beating up on the Hawks right now. Here comes Trae Young. For everybody who was freaking out, all the Knicks fans who were freaking out about the Knicks getting stomped by the Wizards in the preseason game in which the Knicks didn't play any of their guys, as a nice slip pass to Porzingis rolling to the rim. He gets fouled by Isaiah Crawford. He's going to the foul line for 2 free throws with 7 minutes to go here in the third quarter. For everybody freaking out about the Knicks getting stomped by the Wizards the other day in a preseason game in which the Knicks had all of their guys and 3 bench players, the Atlanta Hawks are playing 3/5 of their starting lineup. And as Houston is challenging this foul call, by the way, Atlanta is playing 3/5 of their starting lineup. All of their other role players. Houston is not playing a single guy outside of Reed Shepard. Maybe Josh Okogie, maybe Aaron Holiday. That's it. In terms of role guys off the bench, those are the only guys playing. Everybody else is like end of the bench guys. And yet, Houston is taking it to Atlanta. So who would you rather be, y'all? Would you freak out if they were the Knicks? Of course you would freak out. But my point is that it's preseason. Preseason. We trying things in preseason, right? Atlanta is trying certain things in preseason. Seeing certain combinations, seeing certain play types, seeing who plays well together, what kind of 2-man games will develop between maybe Rizachet and Porzingis have a really good connection, which so far it was a nice interior pass to Rizachet from Trae Young earlier in the quarter and a nice drop-off pass from Rizachet over to Porzingis. Is that something that we can work on when we go back to the film and we watch that, right? Like, these are just things we're trying to pick up as the game goes on. It's not necessarily about, oh, we got to come in and win this game. We go and experiment and see what happens. That is what preseason is about. That Reed Shepard steal in that first half, in that second quarter, into the fast break dunk, fast break 2-minute slam, messed me up, man. Messed me up. My goodness. I've been trying to clear my throat, clear my sinuses since then. So we have, what, 7 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Houston up by 8. I believe this ties the largest lead of the game for them. Reed Shepard's not in the game right now, but Okogie is up to 18 points to help out Reed Shepard. Reed Shepard, I don't believe, has scored since halftime. I don't think he's scored in this third quarter so far. He's tried to get the shots up, but I don't think he's scored. Does have a couple of nice dimes. And with no Fred VanVleet, it is important to get Reed Shepard these opportunities here. Very important. Successful challenge by the Rockets. Call overturned. No foul on Isaiah Crawford. They're just saying Porzingis was just weak as hell with that layup attempt. That's what they said. Just that said, the allergies been killing me all fall. Your voice is better than mine. I'm fighting them. Allergies usually don't hit me until we start getting closer to the winter, though. Right? Once the leaves fall all the way down, and then we start getting closer to December. Like once we hit mid-November is when allergies start to hit me. Here we go. We're back into it with the jump ball after the overturned call. A step back three from Nikhil Alexander-Walker. Can't get it to go. And now we're under 7 minutes to go, approaching the halfway point. J.D. Davison has it up top, being guarded by Nikhil Alexander-Walker. They get over to Holiday, now over to Green. Green out by the three-point line. Hits Davison, comes to the rim. Kicks it out to Crawford. Blows past Porzingis. Kicks it out. Okogie, a left corner three. He'll take it, no hesitation. Airballs it, but a foul on the Okogie three-point attempt on Okongwu is going to send Okogie to the foul line for 3 free throws with 6:30 to go here in the third. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that call at all. I don't like that call I don't think that's a foul on Okongwu. I would challenge that. I know that the... 1 second. There's this new rule, and I think they are going to challenge it. Hawks use a timeout here. They are going to use their challenge. I like using the challenge here. I don't like that call whatsoever. Don't like that call whatsoever. So there's this new rule that they're trying to implement. It's not really a new rule. It's kind of an emphasis on a rule. When a player shoots, there's a new rule that you can fly by and hit the hand. You used to be able to do that. I used to do that like playing pickup ball all the time. Hand is part of the ball. So if you're going to shoot it, I'm going to slap that hand. I'm going to high five it. When I contest, I'm going for the hand. You're slapping right into me. That's how I'm contesting it. If I can't get the hand here, I'm getting the hand here. Right? I'm making you think twice about the release. Right? I don't like that we're calling, guy releases the ball, I come through and slap the hand. Now we calling that? Come on, man. I don't like that foul call at all. Because what does it do? What does it do to affect the shooter? It doesn't do anything. This is a contact sport. Allow the contact. They're not going out. I've never seen somebody get hurt from a high five contest or a flyby slap of the hand contest. It's just a little like, I'm here. Don't forget, I'm here. Next time you shoot, you're going to be thinking I'm flying by. I'm here. I almost got it. I'm going to slap the hand. It's fine. I don't think it's... And that one's like, that's big. He hit like the fingertips. He didn't even try to hit the hand. He just was flyby contesting, hit the fingertips. That's a great contest to me. I hope they overturn this. I don't think they will because it's a new thing that they're trying to emphasize. Justice Dad said, Ice Tray minus 18. It is preseason, Justice Dad. Leave the plus minus stat in the box score where it belongs. Leave it over there. Just that said, high five Sheffy from the CYO days. Follow through has to be allowed. You are allowed to follow through. I'm also allowed to hit the hand. You're allowed to follow through. You're allowed to do that. Unsuccessful challenge. It is going to be a foul. Don't like it. Don't like it. You can follow through all you want. No one is stopping you from following through. If I high five you, you're still following through. I'm just giving you a high five, brother. Nice shot. Hey, nice shot, brother. Yes, sir. Hey, you really got that one off. I couldn't get to it. I couldn't block it. High five. I'm just dapping up my boy. He got a nice shot off. I'm just dapping up my boy with the high five real quick. That's all it is. That's all it is. That's in what size 10-gallon hat you wear. I'm trying to get it as big as possible. I'm looking online, but I don't think they're not really available. They're not readily available. You might have to commission somebody to make one. I'm trying to get a hat so that it sticks outside of the... Look, this is as high as the green screen's going. See my hand get cut off? I need my hat to be outside of the green screen. That's what I need. I need that for me. I need that for my soul. I need my hat all the way up here. That's what I need. So they had 3 free throws. Why is my score so off? Am I giving 2 points to the wrong side? Or did I miss 2 threes? I think I missed 2 threes there. He did hit all 3 free throws, so we get 80 to 79. I missed a 3 at some point, I guess. 80 to 69, 11-point lead. Porzingis with the pump fake, drive-by, lefty layup. J.D. Davison bringing it down. That's a quality you put in a box after you take it off. Jeff Green on the pick and pop 3. All right, Houston taking it right to Atlanta. I like it. I like it, Houston. Taking it right to them. The Hawks have it up top, being guarded by Okogie. Coming to is right off the Porzingis screen. Kicks it over to Alexander Walker, right corner 3. Can't get it to go down. Porzingis with the offensive rebound, flips it up, gets it to go down. Porzingis starting to take advantage of his size here, beating him up on the glass. Davison has it up top, coming to his left. Now gets it over to Uncle Jeff Green. He's got Trae Young on him. He said, come here, young fella. I can still give you buckets. Sprays it out to Davison, who pump fakes, kicks it out. Aaron Holiday, left corner 3, wide open. He splashes it. Back-to-back threes, unless they wave it off. Bucket won't count. They call a moving screen on Isaiah Crawford, trying to set the flare screen out for Holiday, who's popping out for the 3 in the left corner. Not great. Not great. Not what you want to see. Not what you want to see at all. 5:20 to go. Trae Young bringing it down against, who is this, Harris? Trae Young. Reed Shepard switches onto him. Reed Shepard back into the game. Now Okogie switches on to Young. Out to Porzingis. Kicks it out to Alexander Walker. He's going to pump fake, drive it down to the rim. Gets the layup to go. And a late foul call on that Harris, I believe, is going to send Alexander Walker to the line for one more. That is Harris. Kevon Harris. Harris knocks down his and one free throw. 5 minutes to go here in the third. Davison has it up top, being guarded by Trae Young. Gets it out to Matthews. Now over to Shepard. Shepard coming to his right. Trying to get away from Alexander Walker here. Now coming to his right again. Cross-court pass. Harris, a left corner 3. Gets it to go down. The Rockets firing away from three-point range. Can't miss right now in this third quarter. Trae Young, home run pass to Kennard, who's going to drive it in on Shepard. Step back, low, fall away, mid-range jumper. Gets it to go about 8 feet away in the paint. Here comes Harris bringing it down the other way. Up top to Matthews. Sprays it over to Davison. Davison dancing with it against Young. Gets his pocket picked. And then Trae Young gets tripped up. (86-78), 8-point lead for the Houston Rockets. 4:22 to go. Just that's it. But Houston was 52-30 last year. They were. They are going to lose their point guard here, though. They did go on a slide when they lost their point guard last year when Fred VanVleet had to miss some time. So it's going to be tough to not have a point. Ask Phoenix Suns how it worked out last year. They had Devin Booker and Kevin Durant, and they really struggled to win basketball games because they did not have anybody to organize the offense. Now, there were a multitude of other reasons why they also failed that. As they get a steal on Trae Young and Porzingis reaches in, as the Rockets are pushing the other way. 4 minutes to go. Will they be better this year? I say nope. I tend to lean with you, just as that. I tend to lean with you. Emmy Station? What's up, Emmy? I told you, Hawks fans, their team sucks. They started talking nonsense. Well, they're getting their butt whooped by the Rockets B team. They are getting their butt whooped by the Rockets B team. I don't know how many Rockets fans we have in here, Emmy. We just watching a basketball game, but whew. I was talking earlier about how people were getting mad at the Knicks because they got smoked by the Wizards in a game in which the Knicks sat all of their starters. And I was like, it's preseason. That's going to happen. And I was like, well, what's the alternative? If you're Atlanta and you play 3/5 of your starting lineup and you get smoked by the Rockets playing the end of the bench guys, not even just their regular backup guys, the end of the bench guys who probably are never going to see NBA playing time this season. You know, like those guys and Reed Shepard. As far as the Rockets' record, if Fred VanVleet is healthy, it's so much easier to be like, they're going to be awesome. They're going to win, like, I don't know, 55 games. They're going to be incredible. With the Fred VanVleet injury, you just lose organization. You lose leadership. Is Reed Sheppard able to take a jump and be a legit role player for them off the bench as a backup point guard? Is Amin Thompson ready to take a jump as a main ball handler and point guard and leader of this team? How will Şengün adapt to playing with another big, with how big this Rockets team is, and Kevin Durant out there, along with Jabari Smith Jr.? Like, there's a lot to get adjusted to. It doesn't feel like it, but there's a lot to get adjusted to for the Rockets team. So maybe they start off slow, and then they're playing the best basketball by the end of the year. I don't know. But they're still going to be good. They're still going to hover around 50 wins, if not get to 50 wins and whatnot, obviously, right? Just that said, Booker was such a waste last year. Yeah, Booker feels like he's in no man's land out there in Phoenix right now. Now they're in like a full-blown rebuild, building around young players and Devin Booker, who's in his prime. And it's like, you're Devin Booker, and you really want to win a championship. You probably should have just moved on. Just that said, 2 for 10, nice Trae. Trae Young, 2 for 10 from the floor, 8 points, 7 assists, 5 boards. Yeah, I mean, it's preseason. Preseason. Not going to get too crazy over preseason stats, but definitely a bad game today. It is an ESPN game, and they are playing the Rockets, like, C-League team. Kennard gets it into Porzingis, who just gets hacked by Harris. Harris didn't even make an attempt. Just hacked Porzingis, put him on the line. It's fine. I don't care. Porzingis is at the foul line for 2 free throws. Porzingis with 20 and 10 tonight. Okongwu with 5 and 6. I didn't really like the pairing of Okongwu and Porzingis together tonight. Could be a chemistry thing to have them, play together a little bit longer this regular season, but didn't really like what I saw from that pairing tonight. Porzingis missed the first free throw. He's got one more coming. Atlanta down 10, 88-78, under 4 to go here in this third quarter. Porzingis goes to knocks down the second one, splits the free throws. 9-point game. Davison has it up top. Loses the handle, but it goes right to Matthews. Jeff Green now has it up top. Hands it off to Sheppard. Sheppard dancing with it around the Jeff Green screen. Pulls it back out to Green. Left wing 3, deep one. Missed it. Davison comes flying in for the athletic tip-in, but he can't get it to go down. Way too hard. Here comes Trae Young driving it down the other way. Throws a lob up to Porzingis, and there's our first lob between Trae Young and Porzingis here tonight. So far, our only one. And we're 3 minutes left in the third here. Reed Sheppard dancing with it up top against Kennard. Split the defense. Nice ball handling from Reed Sheppard there. Kicks it out to Davison. Can't get the 3 to go. Sheppard fighting for the rebound, but Alexander Walker snags it. Here comes Trae Young pushing it the other way. Now he's going to slow it down. He has it up top on the right wing. Gets it over to Alexander Walker. Good closeout from Matthews on the Rockets. Alexander Walker forced to kick it back out to Trae Young. Up top coming to his left. Sheppard switches on to him. Trae Young looking to dance. Gets it over to Kennard. They do a good job of running him off the line. In the mid-range. Gets it over to Alexander Walker at the foul line. Too long, can't get it to go. Harris with the rebound, and now he's pushing it down the other way. Harris looking to attack Kennard off the bounce. Leans in. Puts up a floater off glass. Can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. Harris knocking it loose, but Okongwu able to grab it. And now the Hawks will bring it down the other way. They get it over to Kennard. Kennard's going to walk into a pull-up 3 as nobody steps up to guard him. He can't get it to go. Reed Sheppard yet another rebound. 88-81, an 8-point game. 2:20 to go here in the third quarter. Hit ahead to Uncle Jeff Green. Lefty layup gets it to go over Kennard. And the Rockets back up by 9. And Atlanta's defense is not good. A lot of walking and jogging around. It's preseason action as Trae Young crosses over on Reed Sheppard, gets to the rim for a lefty layup as nobody got back on defense for the Rockets here. And again, as Reed Sheppard does the same, and he gets the layup on the other end, trading baskets. Alexander Walker pushing the pace, and he's looking to do it 3 times in a row. And we get 3 times in a row. The opposing point guard just rushes it down the other end and gets an easy layup out of it. Boy, oh boy, is this preseason action on full display here. Guys, the big men just walking down the court. No hustle, no jog, no nothing. We're not going to play hard. It is preseason basketball. Reed Sheppard up top dancing with it. Crosses over to his right. A deep pull-up 3. Can't get it to go. Trae Young with the rebound. And we're just having fun at this point. We're coming down, jacking up shots. Getting whatever we want. Trae Young up top being guarded by Jeff Green. Trae Young step back mid-range jumper over Green. Gets it to go. Back to a 5-point game with a minute to go here in the third quarter. J.D. Davison bringing it down for the Rockets. Coming to his left off a Matthews screen, driving it down in the lane, pump fakes, spins, kicks it out to Reed Sheppard up top, being guarded by Alexander Walker. Coming to his right up the screen, driving it down. He's got a lane to the rim, gets under the basket, kicks it out up top to Davison. Extra pass over to Harris. Harris a wide open three. He can't get it to go down. Porzingis with the rebound. Here comes Trae Young pushing it the other way, right side of the court. Against Jeff Green, he's going to look to attack. Reed Sheppard, yet again, excellent hands, able to come up with the steal on Trae Young. I mean, I know this is like as sloppy as a pull-up three for Harris. Oh, Reed Sheppard gets there with a pull-up three. I like to see it. I do like to see it. Trae Young down the other way. Can't get the little layup to go. Reed Sheppard with the rebound, and this is... Nazalon said, can't wait for the season open. I'm with you. I'm with you. So me either, bro. This is torture waiting for Knicks game 1. Yeah, we probably going to end it here because this is getting really, really, like, YMCA scrimmagey. It's been fun, but I think I'm going to end the game here at the end of the third quarter. Trae Young on the right wing. Up top, Alexander Walker, the straightaway three at the buzzer. Can't get it to go. Houston with an 8-point lead. In this game, not a whole lot to watch, not a whole lot to go off of. I figured last preseason game from both teams, we're going to see both teams do a little bit of a dress rehearsal and watch their guys play majority of the night, regular rotations to get ready as a primer for the regular season. But I guess Ime Udoka had other plans. Not sure what the whole thing with that is. Going against the grain there, that's fine. But we do have New York basketball. Tomorrow is the last day of preseason. We get Knicks basketball tomorrow on the last day, so cool. No need to talk about what game we're doing tomorrow. We know we're doing the Knicks. We'll be here tomorrow. Just that said, Yanks eliminated. Hurts last year was a smooth transition with them in the World Series. Yeah. There's just something stinky going on with the Yankees. They just can't get over that hump, man. Hopefully, eventually, they do get there. But we're going to be there. We're going to be there. Just that said, 14 and 16, 12 and 15 above 80% free throw efficiency, Chevy. Yeah. I mean, they shot it well. Again, this is preseason. I've said it all preseason. This is a glorified scrimmage, right? All of preseason is a glorified scrimmage. They're just practice games. They're not really meant to be entertaining. They're meant to be practice for the teams. Back in the day, preseason wasn't even really televised except for like the in-state coverage, right? But now we have like nationally televised preseason games. Doesn't make sense because teams don't care because it's preseason and whatnot. So all I'm saying is that we're almost done. We're almost to real basketball. October 22nd, we have our last preseason day tomorrow. We get to watch the Knicks play. And so we're almost there, y'all. We're almost there. Preseason started off fun because, hey, we got basketball back. And it was fun. And we were all tuning into the games and we were having a good time. And we were watching. And then once we got to the middle, it's like, let's just get to the games. I've seen them. We're back. Cool, fun. Let's just get to the games again. And now towards the end of preseason, everybody's like, all right, man, I don't really care anymore. Let's get to the regular season. So I get it. I'm with y'all. We do have Knicks basketball tomorrow, so that's going to be fun. We're going to tune in for that. Mike Brown already said he's going to treat it as if it's a regular season game. Casey said Mikhail's going to have a great year. I'm with you. I'm super high on Mikal Bridges this year. I think him and Mike Brown are going to make beautiful chemistry. They're going to have beautiful chemistry together. I think that pairing is going to work out the best on the Knicks. We're going to be like, oh, Mikal Bridges needed somebody to tell him to move his butt around. This is great. We'll see how everybody else feels about it. I assume it's going to be a good year. As the year goes on, it's going to continue to get better. As that said, any player will surprise us. I think Mikal Bridges is going to have a phenomenal year. Anybody who's going to surprise us? No, I think we know what we have. You know, I don't think there's like a major leap of anybody in the team. Like, we have a pretty veteran team. I think Ariel Hug-40 is going to play a much more important role on the team than I think some people recognize because Mitchell Robinson's going to miss time. They already said they're going to miss time. Just that said, Mike Brown, big layup line guy. Hey, Mike Brown does like his layup lines, for sure. Nazalon, appreciate you, Nazalon. We're going to sign off now here, right? Appreciate y'all. As a matter of fact, we're going to go to the final screen. Make sure we get the shout out to everybody. I'm going to do it real quick. Shout out my man. These are all the channel members. Appreciate y'all. If you ever wanted to support the channel, you can do so with about $2, $3 a month. Won't even notice it coming out. It really helps financially in terms of supporting the channel. All of the money that this channel generates goes right back into trying to make the channel a little bit better. So So shout out to members, my man Johnny Miller, Jose NYC, Roger Gwal, OG Roo, Susan, Miguelito Hernandez, Shot Collins, James Sumler, Ellie Moskoff, El Tigre, Knicks will be 2026 champs, CP's True Mets Talks. Shout out to my man CP, even though I'm not a Mets fan. Dave Muskelly and my man Mark, appreciate y'all. Have a good night. Just that's an Linsanity 2.0? I don't think so. I think we're going to get a smooth, know what we have in our team type of season and whatnot. It's going to be all it is like having everybody play up to expectation. Nice Deuce McBride season. Hopefully Jordan Clarkson can give us something. I think maybe Yabusele can be a surprise. Maybe that's a guy who I think could be a surprise. I think he's awesome. And it's going to take a while for him to get accustomed to the team and the play style and all of that. So, but it's going to be a fun time. Just that's at Hornets tomorrow, 7:30. Yes, so we'll be live at 7. We're going to go through. We're going to treat it as if it's a regular season game. The way we've done it all preseason, just getting into the habit of doing it. We're going to be live 30 minutes before the tip-off. Going live at 7 o'clock tomorrow for the Knicks Hornets game. Going over the player graphics that we have ready to go, the rotation for each team and whatnot, and then off and running to the races, baby. Off and running to the races. So I appreciate y'all. Thanks for hanging out with me. Remember to brush your teeth, take a shower before bed, and of course, stay hydrated. Catch you on the next one, y'all. I'm out. Good night, everybody. Bye.